It's the Owl Show, bringing my love from me to you. The Owl Show, help me help you to help me help you. The Owl Show, bringing my love from me to you. The Owl Show, help me help you to help me help you.
Hey, I made it. How's everyone today? I kind of ruined the beginning there. Sorry, guys. Maybe I'll play it for you as an outro today. I got a message while I was playing the intro, and I had to read that, and it kind of distracted me a little bit. I did have another. Oh yeah, that's what I got to do. I got to actually invite people to my show. Okay, I've done that. Now I've got to go to Twitter. I've got to find people to come and play their musical instruments. And then I'm sure this is really exciting for you all. And thank you for subscribing to this wonderful content. I can't promise that it'll get better, but I will do my best. There's someone else. Where is he? Where's Dark Grift? Oh. I don't think I've even got his messages. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. All right, who's in here now? Lock It Up Inc. first. Bogdan Digital is here as well, and he's second. We could go all night with this. Brother the Gayestness says, can't stay for a whole show. What are you doing on a Sunday afternoon? And how do you know how long my show is going to be? Dark Gift is in here. What's up? Dark Gift, send me a message or something so I can send you the link. Yeah. So I'm just looking at my messages to see if anyone got back to me. No, fine. So we've got a great show today. We have got the wonderful and beautiful and mysterious SHEILA Allen. And we will have our normal, well, not normal, but perhaps regular musical guests in the great Robert Romano with his beautiful wife and child and children. And the great Dark Grift, rockabilly musician extraordinaire. Far too good for my show, but here he is. Squish420s here says, has either Testy or Pan provided proof of their claims? I don't know, but I think after 7 hours, we can put a pin in that one. It's like that's enough, you know. I don't think there needs to be a sequel to that scenario. There's some great spurgeoning going on today, though, not related to us or infighting. Did you see that wonderful Wonder Woman cover? What I really want to know is, has Robert been pulling his weight with the chores this week, huh? Bird Gang is worried that the number 13 is unlucky. Do you think I should have just went 12 and then 14, but I mean, I had 2 12s. So really, maybe the last episode was meant to be the unlucky one. Kim the Crimson, how are you going? This show is like 1930s serials. I anticipate the next part. I'm very pleased to keep you in anticipation. Not My Monkeys is here. How's it going? He's got zero expectations as to avoid disappointment. As in, with regard to the show, or whether I don't know what else. What other disappointments? Your PewDiePie is dropping in today. Oh yeah, why not? Oz thinks Sheila's going to show up today. Yeah. She told me she was going to come. I was sitting in the cafe. I had my 2 coffees. I had my bagel, and then I called it a day. Went and hung out with some hobos in the street, and then went home. Had a good sleep, and she contacted me and said she was terribly sorry, but her car had broken down and run over her phone at the same time, so she couldn't let me know that she wasn't coming. However, she swears she's going to be at the same cafe today. So I'm here again, and I'm probably just going to order myself another coffee, and I'm sure she'll be here. Who else is in here? Linkovich Chomovsky. 1 minute. Yeah. It's not so easy to put on a nightly show 1 minute before someone else's. Lion Ratton's here. The giganticest of the androids is here. Moobutt. Best intro on YouTube. Damn straight it is. Oh yeah, wasn't Risey going to make me one for free? Does anyone did that happen? I'm sure Risey said that he was going to make me a free intro. Can anyone verify that? And he said it was going to be easy and he could do it straight away. Lord Nemesis. Hail Oz. Hail Lord. Hope you're smoking up a nice batch. Hope Dick and Balls don't show up again. No, Dick and Balls won't be in today. El Dicker. Start over, says Tolfa. Tolfa, man, are you on the interwebs? Why don't you email me what you wanted to, your art stuff that you were talking about before. I did see your message, but I'd shut down the broadcast just after. Mumbles is here. Yep, you got it right. You got it right, Mumbles. Let's wait in the coffee shop for an hour again for Sheila. Yeah. We can hang out. Look, it was, you can't help car accidents or mobile phones being dropped. Oz is easily distracted. Where are you, Dark Gift? Hang on. I sent a link, and it was him. Where's everyone? Sheila blocked Oz on Twitter. Honey Thunder, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a little while. I'm sure she'll be here. Every lonely man ever. Sigh. Stob Stixon is here. Howdy, Oz. Good show yesterday. Oh, thank you, Stob. Stob. Pissed up amateur intro. Tyrone Lancaster's not a huge fan. Please subscribe. I should use his old intro as an outro. Do you think, Billy Ray? I like my... do you want to see my new outro, Billy Ray Trojan? Billy Ray, if you ask to see my outro, I'll show it to you. You don't need permission from the rest of the chat. Let Darkgriff speak, Oz. Where is he? Where is he? Yes, please. All right. Wow. Everyone, Billy Ray Trojan has requested it. He was fast on the keyboard, fast with his desire. I mean, what else can I do when everyone stands me up? So did everyone in the chat see that new Wonder Woman cover? What do you all think? Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's a great expressionist piece of work? Do you appreciate the sparing use of line and the subversion of expectations with regard to form? Did you all like it? Did you like the direction that they're going in? Did you like that the comic book representation of Wonder Woman departs so greatly from the movie version? Does that bother you? Or do you think the comic book version should be like that? I can't hear anyone answering me, so no. Edit together clips. Maybe hosted by Phyllis Diller. Who's Phyllis Diller? Who's Phyllis Diller? Oh. Ha! Okay. I'm only halfway through my coffee. Hello. I think the aliens have got her.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you now. What was happening?
Dang it. Oh, I have like a 40-second delay.
Oh, really?
I'm going to come out and try to come back in. Hold on.
Yeah, that's good. Pilgrim Media for $2. Thanks, mate. Good day, Sir Oz. Good day to you too, Pilgrim. Hang on, someone's yelling in my chat. Question Comics is yelling. I think fucking posers should stop pretending to be outraged at the first Wonder Woman cover they've ever seen. Take that, you fake nerds. I don't think there's many fake nerds in my chat though, Question. I don't think you need to yell at anyone in the chat. Mumble says saw blind date and left. Yeah, she came in. She told me, "Oh, sorry, I left something in the car." She just took off. Oh, that's not fair. Catrassel White. Oz has no questions prepared. No, I don't. I'm supposed to have a full script. Hang on, let's bring in Dark Gift.
What's up, brother? How's it going?
It's going great. Hang on a sec. Okay. How's that? Say something, Sheila.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah,
Cool.
Delay's gone?
Yep, all gone.
no delay. Cool.
Yeah, what's
All
up?
right, cool.
How's it
Hey,
going?
Cool. It's going good. Dark Gift, I'm gonna kick you out for a bit, and then I'll come back on. I'll bring you back on, okay?
yeah, absolutely, brother.
Bye, Dark Gift.
All right. Now, Sheila,
Hmm.
people were saying to me that I was wasting my time, and that I shouldn't ever wait for you.
It's a waste of time regardless because I don't have anything important to say. So, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, how have you been?
I've been well. I have a kitten. She's attacking me right now. And, just doing the baby thing. Have my baby.
Was it a rescue kitten, or what was it?
Not really. I paid $200 for her, but I got her on Craigslist.
Oh, okay. Was she
So,
desexed or what? She's too
no,
young to be desexed.
she's too little. We're gonna have to do that in a few weeks. Yeah. Desexed. That's what they
Oh,
call
what
it.
do you got? You guys call it spade, don't
Yeah, that's funny though.
you? Desexed is like, I don't know, kind of hip schooler. It's more like sci-fi.
Me bub. Is that what you call the little babies? Bubs?
Yeah,
That's funny.
among other things. We call them, it depends what age they are. They can be, the old rugrat or the toddler and the baby, the little one,
Oh yeah.
the little nugget.
So
The,
why exactly did you want me on? Like what do I have to bring to the table about anything?
well, I really just brought you on to say hello and see how you were,
Well, thank you.
see what you're
Hello.
up to. You quit your job for the show. I thought that was extraordinary.
That's not exactly what happened. I quit my job because it was a shitty job. It's a call center job and I hated it.
How long were you stuck there?
Like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, really? So it was really crap.
It's a record for me. No, I'm just kidding. But it was just bad. It was like a debt place where they try to help you with your debt, but they trick people into calling in by saying they were approved for a loan that doesn't exist, and it just sets up the whole call to be all pissed off and stuff, because they thought they were approved for a loan, but we are trying to wrangle them into some debt consolidation shit. It's just stupid. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm no good.
I worked with this girl once that worked in a call center, and it was before. It must have been before they had. They've got a frequency cutoff now on phones, but before that, you get some really bad static and like squealing. And she said she was deaf in one ear because of it.
Jeez,
Weird, eh?
that is weird.
Everyone's saying it sounds like a scam. Is it
I
a
don't know.
scam or is it just like dodgy people?
I don't know because like we weren't allowed to say the name of the company to anyone that called in. We had to just call it Credit Services, which was not the name. So I don't know if that's scammy. It seems kind of shady to me, but they paid me and everything. But and you could make a lot of money on the sales floor by like closing the deals, but I didn't get that far. So
Right.
yeah, it sounds kind of scammy.
Yeah. Everyone says it's a scam.
Yeah, so stay in school is my best advice.
What? How old were you when you left school?
I did a little bit of college, but I didn't finish anything.
Oh, that's all right. I mean,
Yep.
college isn't everything. You
Oh,
could have come up with a CalArts degree
oh no.
and
Well,
a huge debt.
yes. Well, I was living in Arizona at the time, so I could have got like a University of Phoenix degree, but that's no. I'm just no good at college. I didn't like it.
What were you studying?
That's the whole thing. I didn't know what to study. I took a singing class. I took some other stupid shit, a math class because I hate math, and I didn't get through that one. I didn't even
You
finish.
took a math class because you hate math.
I took it because it had to. It was like a prerequisite. You had to take a math class, and I suck at it. So I don't know. I tried to get it out of the way, and it just
Hang
didn't
on,
work.
what did you have to take a math class for as a prerequisite?
I don't know. I don't remember. Like you're supposed to take a math class,
Right.
in order to get even the most basic degree. You have to take at least one or two. I forget what it was. That's the whole thing. I didn't know anything about college going into it, and I still don't know anything, and I don't really care. Everything still worked out okay for me. So
KSSS says you should sell weed instead.
okay.
Do you have legal weed there?
Yes, I do. I mean, we do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I've got heaps of legal weed on me. So,
Yep.
how is the baby anyway? Like, was that what made? I mean, other than obviously, the need for money, was there any other need for you to go back to work with your little one? Or?
Just to have some extra money, and stuff like that. It's not a necessity, which is why it's not the big of a deal that I quit. And it's just to keep me a little bit more busy because she's with her grandma during the day usually, and her grandma doesn't mind taking her during the day if I'm working. I mean, not since I've quit my job, but I don't know. It's just a change of pace. Oh my god, my kitten is attacking me. But yeah.
Cool.
What happened to your job? Did you quit it to start your YouTube channel?
No. I still work. I'm an artist, so I can multitask.
What have you arted?
Now, Sheila.
What?
I know my book is late, but you don't need to harass me about it.
What is it? Xenotype or whatever? No? That's the other guy. What's your book?
That's the other guy. He's he doesn't speak English.
Oh, okay.
Spirit Scar wants to know why I'm not asking you about your significant other.
Oh,
how is your partner?
You ask about everybody's wives.
The man with the muscles.
He's a muscular.
Not like my kind of muscle, but real muscles.
Cool. He's my significant other. He's my baby daddy.
Yeah.
And he's buff. He keeps in shape. He's from California, so he's like into all that keeping in shape stuff, which is cool. He's cool. He's kind of a little bit of a half-ass liberal kind of.
What does that mean?
Like he doesn't pay attention to the news enough to know what his opinions are about anything, but he just hates Trump. That's about it.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of stupid.
That's right. He's entitled to hate Trump.
Yes, he certainly is.
So explain to me, Sheila, how you come to Comicsgate. Explain to me the journey that you have undergone in order to be so involved in an independent comic book movement.
I wish I could pinpoint it because I'm not exactly sure, but I think I was watching Fandom Menace videos on YouTube. This was like a year or a year and a half ago. And maybe it recommended me one of Ethan's, or maybe they talked about him and I needed to look him up to see who they were talking about or something. And I started watching his videos. And I don't know, I just dove right in because I like their humor. I think they're funny. The chat is funny. The people in chat are cool. I don't really have any investment in like comic books, but I believe in the whole anti-SJW.
So it's like a culture war kind of thing.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm here for the culture war, for the anti-SJW sentiments and stuff like that.
And Dino says, Sheila came to CG because she had nothing better to do.
Totally. I'm glad I found CG because I didn't have anything better. I didn't have any tribe on the internet or anywhere really that I could just be like, okay, these are my people. It's people who I think are doing something good and who are cool and funny. Yeah.
There's some mean people in the chat. Babulski.
It's okay.
What a fraud.
I never claimed to know anything about comic books. I just bought my first one with Ethan, and then I got Johnny Phantasm because that guy sent me one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he sent that to me, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So that's my first comic book. Yeah.
And what did you think of it?
I thought it was cool. It came with a cool sticker that says CG, I forgot, CG approved or something like that. I put it on my car in the window. So yeah, it's cool. It came with a sticker.
So describe to me, like, because I'm always really interested in people that come in from like the periphery. Like you're not into indie comics, and you're not part of the normal demographic.
Right.
Of like if I look at my demographics, it's kind of like 99% male, age 30 to 50.
Right.
Right. So that's the demographics of the people that watch this show. So I'm always fascinated by someone such as yourself, who in no way, shape, or form fits that demographic, and who is also not interested really in. I guess you are interested in some of the pop culture stuff, like
definitely.
Like what brought you to Fandom Menace? Like, is that because you're a big Star Wars fan, or what?
No, it's actually because of what they're doing to all of the franchises that we love, how they're just systematically destroying them and injecting their agendas and all that kind of shit. Like, this shit's horrible. And none of it's entertaining. It all sucks. So that's why I was interested in the Fandom Menace. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I stand for them not defiling it the way that they did. But also, I'm not like, it's going to sound cliche, I'm not like normal chicks. I'm just a little bit different because my mom is a lesbian and she has been out of the closet since I was 10. So she left my dad for a younger woman, and my dad raised me and my sister and my brother. And so that probably made me turn out a little bit differently because I don't have like a neurotic mother. Not that my mom's neurotic, but usually mothers are neurotic. But as you're raised by a dude, so maybe I have more dude-like interests.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Are you the oldest or the youngest or the middle or what?
Middle child.
Okay. Middle children tend to get neglected as well.
I didn't have that problem. I'm okay.
Oh, all right. So, where did you meet your partner? Like, how long have you guys been together before you had a kid?
We were together like 2 years before we had the baby, and we met at UCLA. Not that I was going there, but a friend of mine was checking out the classes because she's a mortician, for dead bodies, and so she does the makeup on dead bodies. And she was there, and then it was some type of a sign-up day, and he was there, and then we just met there. Started talking. Because he has his degree from UCLA. He's all fancy.
Oh, okay. Is he like a real fancy, like goes to the office each day kind of fancy?
Oh no.
Or
his degree is in anthropology, which is pretty much useless at the end of the day because he's not going to go dig up bones or anything, but it's still, he just got it just to say he has it. And he's an electrician and a handyman is what he does. Freelance.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Anthropology, he wouldn't be digging up much stuff.
Is that not what that is? That's archaeology.
Yeah, I mean, he probably would have done a bit of archaeology, but if he got a anthro degree, it would have been more like the study of people.
Oh, yeah, like
you should bring him on sometime. I'll have a chat with him about anthropology.
Cool, I will. I'm sure he'd like that.
So what happened yesterday? Just to inform the chat, because I told them.
Sorry, chat.
Your car broke down.
Oh.
And you broke your phone at the time, and you just couldn't get in contact with me. And that's
That's a good one.
but you're going to
Thanks
make it up today, so that's cool, right?
Right. No, I was just going to say I woke up at 10 o'clock instead of before 8 o'clock, and that's what happened. The end.
Okay. And
Yeah,
Dino
sorry.
was extremely upset. Yeah, he was. Everyone was quite upset.
You should have had Andino on. He's a big talker.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. He could have carried the whole show.
Simple Jack is being silly. He says, Oz, we need the birth date, social security number, and address, asking for a friend. I don't have any of those. I'm not giving you my I don't have a social security number. We don't have those in Australia. He was asking me, right?
I assume.
And Dino doesn't show up.
When is your birthday, Oz? I mean, you don't have to give a year, but
I'm a Libran.
a Libra.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else is a Libra?
Liam.
Liam, yes. How cute. You guys match. You guys have the same birthday or what?
Pretty close, actually. I mean, we are kind of the same person.
True. That's funny. Dark Gift Comics, he's really good at astrology. He's got a hidden talent. You should talk about that stuff with him.
I don't know whether I want to talk about astrology with Dark Gift.
Why not? You often don't have anything to talk about on your show.
Excuse me, I take offense at that.
It's the truth. Truth hurts.
You're the one that was asking me whether I had any topics to discuss.
Yes, because if it's going to be something specific about anything I was part of, I need to at least pull up because my memory isn't perfect about everything. I don't know if you're going to ask about the Preston nonsense or anything like that. So,
oh, I'd forgotten about that. No,
yeah.
for real, I had forgotten about that.
It's my claim to fame.
Let's talk about Preston for a little bit.
Ugh. That's fine. I don't mind.
Did you see my my Preston video?
I don't think so. You made a video about him?
Yeah, I've got a Preston Poulter video.
Oh my gosh, I gotta check it out. What's the title of it?
Little P.
What's it about?
Oh no, Mr. P.
Mr. P.
Mr. P.
And Mistress Roulette. Oh my god. I'll have to watch that.
We can watch it now.
Oh, is it on Pornhub or is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
Oh,
but
yeah.
People will say they don't want to see it because they've seen it too recently.
Okay, I can watch it some other time.
We'll see.
Sure. It sounds like it might be funny, or you just think it's funny because it's so bad. I'm not sure.
Did you get in contact with Mistress Roulette at all?
Kind of. I contacted her on YouTube, yeah.
What do you mean on YouTube?
She's on YouTube. I forget exactly how it happened. It was in the comment section. Somebody made a video about the whole Preston thing. I don't even know what it was, but then she commented on it, and I asked her if she would do an interview with myself, or even Liam offered to host it, and she never got back to me. Well, maybe she has by now. I haven't checked back on it. I don't know which video it was. I don't know if I could even find it again. But she's on there under her real name on YouTube. And yeah, I thought it would be cool for her to have an interview with her, or she could go on like Rakita's stream or something.
Yeah, she was supposed to come on my show.
She's an interesting lady.
She agreed to do it, but then she said Preston pulled a few legal strings.
What's Preston's
some
problem?
pressure financially on her as well.
Oh, because she can't talk about her experience with him? legally?
No, not that. It's just that they're in court at the moment because she's trying to dispute the
marriage-
divorce settlement.
Yeah. Oh,
'Cause
okay.
They had her sign a prenup because he's got family money, so they made her sign.
Oh, wow.
His family must just not trust him at all. It's like, no, you can't get married without having a prenup.
Yeah. I mean, he's so spoiled. But it's
But I
funny.
think she was. Did he leave his wife and child for her, and then go back with his wife and child or something? What
I'm
do
not
you know?
sure.
What?
I don't know the details, but as far as I know, he didn't like abandon his daughter or anything. I don't know. I think he's like splits the daughter's visit times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said that he broke up with his wife and left California.
Yeah, I went to
and
Texas.
moved to Texas, and then the family counselor said to him that no, the daughter needs a father in her life. So he went back to live in California or something.
So he lives in California now.
No, I think then he went back to Texas.
Pretty sure he's
But I don't think you can believe much of what he says.
Yeah, who knows what the hell he's doing, but I would like to know the details. I'm just nosy like that, but I don't care that much. It's just so funny finding that.
Why are we talking about Preston's family? Yeah, it's true, Wilberforce. It's only because he talked about it.
Yeah, I don't
It's
I
not
don't need
like
to.
it's not like I'm bringing anything up at all. It's just
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean, I don't
trying to
want to talk
work out
about his daughter and
timelines
shit.
with how this mistress roulette fits in.
Yeah, I really don't know. I thought they were married for quite some time. Who knows? All I know is it was so funny finding that shit, and I was like, he's in a BDSM marriage. It's just fucking hilarious. A female-led BDSM marriage.
Yeah, I mean, how did you end up finding that crap?
I try to remember. I was like searching for court documents, and then I found that one of them getting. I know I'm so nosy. I'm just crazy like that. I'm a crazy snooper. But he had pissed me off on Twitter, so I was digging up dirt on him, and I found the dirt. Like I found the court documents with his getting a divorce or whatever, and I searched her name, and her name is attached to mistressroulette.com. And there it all is. It's all right there. But that website is no longer in existence, so I just used the Wayback Machine, and you can see everything, all their old blog posts and about what dildos are the best kind and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
That is hilarious.
it was funny, and I found
Mumble says she has dirt on Oz.
No, I don't even know your name. I'm assuming it's Oz.
Could be Liam for all we know.
Could be.
And then yesterday, Berserk Guts said that he sent you a picture of his penis.
Did he?
Apparently.
On Twitter?
I don't know. That's just what he said. He said, well, when Sheila comes in, please don't have her show the picture of my dick.
I didn't get no such picture.
Okay.
Yeah. That dude's like a barbarian or something. You know? Caveman.
I'm just going to bring in Robert. Robert?
I like Berserk, though. He's cool.
How's it going, Robert?
He's muted.
He's muted. That's all right. And Mumble says Guts is a lion, confirmed. All right, so you didn't get a penis shot of wow, can you hear that? I've got this crazy weather going on at my house. I had to drop out of Liam's stream earlier today.
Is it a storm?
Yeah, because we're winter here.
Interesting.
So why does Berserk think that he's have you been fishing for penis pics? What's going on?
No, I don't go fishing for penis pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're a pretty snoopy person.
I can be, but usually it doesn't turn up anything and I just stop. But like with him, it immediately found all that shit. It was just like right there. So,
You stumbled over it.
Totally. Like normally I just been like, okay, there's nothing there, moving on, but it was like so blatant. To me, it's just, I don't know. I shouldn't have been snooping like that. Shame on me, but I don't give a fuck.
Whereabouts did you grow up? Did you say, because you're in Arizona, right?
I'm in California now. I live in Southern California.
Oh, where did you grow up?
Arizona.
Yeah, okay, you grew up in Arizona.
Right by the Mexican border in a town called Sierra Vista.
Hey, hey, Sheila.
Hi.
Hey, Robert. Nice of you to join us, Robert.
Oh, thanks for having me, Oz. I just wanted to say that you're very generous with your program, and it's always a pleasure to be on. And you always have an open door. You'll bring on anybody, even me.
Especially you, Robert. Sheila, have you heard his beautiful piano and singing?
Oh, yeah. He's the piano playing guy. I love that. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, there you go,
thank
Robert.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to play us a piece today, Robert? Have you learnt Ethan's song yet? I mean, what's going on?
The Pie song, or the last piece of George, I mean.
I still need to, Oz. I've just been so busy. Yesterday we went to the farm, or a farm in Maryland where you can like pick berries and tomatoes and dig up potatoes. And my daughter got to meet some donkeys and chickens and goats, and she was really excited about that. And so we just had a big blast.
Okay. Can you play us do you have any romantic music you can play us?
I do. I have such a song right in front of me, and I'm happy to play it. It's called The Endless Summer Dream.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
The moon in the sky will open our dreams tonight. Our spirits will fly onto the great dark night. And over the black still sea, the wind captures all that we feel. So hold my hand and listen to the endless summer dream. Traipsing through the woods and searching for the secrets of chimes, running on and through the lovely trails of rhyme, one down and through the shores of sun, following the footsteps of fate. We're wondering if we will ever see the stars, flickering for us to always find the answers of the legend of Luna. Her light will always shining on our love. Spoke out to tell us tonight she glows. Our souls will reach out to help us to find our hope. And through the dark sacred night, the water reflects all we see. So never let go and know it's best in seamless moonlight beams. And that's that.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
How
it's
did
like
that
an
make you
oldie
feel,
for me.
Sheila?
That's like 20 years ago I wrote that.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Gigantic Android says that was not romantic.
What do you mean it wasn't romantic? The moon is shining on our love. I mean, there's a big part of it where it's actually really about all the keg parties we used to have on the shores of Long Island Sound all those years ago. And so just kind of like that endless summer dream and, trying to recapture that whatever magic because we were having so much fun back in those days.
Cool. And do you play that for your wife often, Robert?
My wife, I don't think this one's her favorite. This would have been about times before I met my wife.
And which song are you trying to learn of Ethan's?
Well, Oz sent me one of the songs that he wanted me to play. Was it the Piece of George, Oz?
The
That
last
one-
piece of George, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song.
That's
Ethan's so
romantic.
good. I don't think I could ever do justice. He's a great performer. Like he could literally be doing like nightclubs and playing real music. And you know, I kind of struggle with it, but it's fun. And again, Oz, thank you so much for having me.
Robert, you're more than welcome. And your wife is always more than welcome too. She's a beautiful woman, Sheila. You'd love her. She has this fantastic accent. She comes from the Maldives.
Interesting.
She'd love to say hello. I think she might be able to do so in a minute.
Great. Cool.
Cool.
So Sheila, tell me, why does War Campaign hate you? And why do you think War Campaign hates me?
Wow. War Campaign. I don't think everybody in War Campaign hates me, but a lot of them do. Why? Because I dared to go in their Discord and I asked them, how is Anna a thought? And I guess you're just not supposed to mention Anna's name because they said, stop talking about Anna. They started freaking out. And then I compared them calling her a thought to Mandy, who I do adore. I think she's a very sweet lady. She does jiggle her ass and tits dancing on Twitter, which is great. And I was asking them, well, is that a thought? And they said, no, Mandy at least has a personality. Blah, blah. So they flipped out. Maybe I'm misconstruing what happened, but to me, it seemed they flipped out on me for mentioning Mandy as the way I mentioned her. And that was just like heresy to them. And I was like, well, just then consider that maybe Ethan and Cecil feel that way about protecting Anna the way you guys are protecting Mandy. Like, you know, just try to, because they were so mad at Ethan and Cecil for simping for Anna when really that's their friend. Like, she doesn't deserve the shit that she's getting from War Campaign.
Why does Mandy hate me so much?
I haven't asked her. I'm not sure. Did you
Can
do
you ask her
something?
for me?
Yes, I'll ask her.
Ask her for me and let me know.
Okay.
If I pass you a note, will you pass it to her and tell me what she says?
Yes, I'll let you know what she says.
Because she's the only person in CG that's blocked me.
What'd you do?
That's the thing. I didn't do anything. I asked her if she wanted. All I said was, "Hi, Mandy. Do you want to come on my show?" She said, "No, thanks," and blocked me.
Maybe she watched one of your episodes, and that's all. That's the reason, you know. That's all she saw.
I hadn't. What would she have seen about my show that would upset her? Like,
Well,
from me, like what
to want her
that
to
would
block
require
you?
a blocking of me. Yeah,
I'm not sure. Maybe she just thought you were just part of War Campaign, or just part of these assholes like Testify, who's a piece of shit. Because you have him on a lot. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. That's why I'll ask her, and I'll let you know if she says what the reason was.
you know, I did have Testify on my show, but he does spend the whole time yelling at me.
Yeah, that's what he does.
So sure, she wouldn't think that, you know, I was in cahoots with Testify.
Yeah, I would just think maybe she just grouped you in with people that you're not actually supposed to be grouped in with. But I'm just guessing, so I'll let you know.
Let me know what she says, and it better not be anything about that Peter Gilmore fellow.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, who's Peter Gilmore?
Oh, wait, no, who is that? An artiste?
Yeah,
Sounds
he hasn't
familiar.
got me blocked, but he's my arch nemesis.
Okay.
He hates me more than Mandy, but he hasn't blocked me.
Well, why does he hate you?
I'm not sure either.
And he's working with Mandy?
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
There's something up there There's something up that I need to know, Sheila. I don't understand.
Pete probably got in her ear about you.
Hmm.
We'll see.
All right. Fair enough.
And as far as War Campaign hating you, it's so funny. I showed you on their Discord how you can search your name, and it goes back several months of them talking shit about you. Well, it goes from them like kind of liking you, and it kind of morphs into them talking shit about you in current day. It's funny.
It seems like when I had a look at what you sent me, it seemed that, yeah, from the very beginning when they thought, hey, yeah, Oz is on our side, he's great, he's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 4 weeks later, it was like, this Oz guy's a cunt. And then it was like another week later, it was like, Oz is cancelled. No, Oz is deleted. No one's to go on his show.
It's funny
discuss him.
because to me, you seem pretty neutral. You just have a platform that you let people come on and they talk shit amongst themselves. But I don't know, you're not that divisive. I don't know why they turn on you. It doesn't take much to have them turn on you, though. I can speak from experience.
Simple Jack says Mandy is a butterface.
She's
What
cute.
is a butterface? I haven't heard that insult.
It's when you say everything about her is a 10 but her face.
Whoa, that's not nice.
Yeah, no, that wasn't really nice.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Don't say that about a nice lady.
James Hayes says, oh, and thanks, Liam, you jackass. I helped you get on Mandy's show, and that cost me some credit. What does that mean? Did you get blowback for getting Liam on Mandy's show? I don't understand. Sheila, I never have any idea really what's going on.
I don't know.
That's why I need people such as yourself around to explain things to me.
I wish I understood. I mean, I know Mandy will have a lot of smaller creators on her show. It's not hard to get on there. But I don't know what happened when he was on there. I can't like follow all the side stories of Comicsgate. It's hard enough to keep up with the main storyline that's going on.
Yeah. So you have the same problem as me. Like people get mad at me because I don't know what's going on, and it's like, but there's just so much going on.
Yeah, but we have lives we have to live. It's hard to keep up with everything, but yeah.
Well, it's like a big reality show, and then there's spin-offs, and so you can't possibly keep up with it all. But it is a really great reality show, Comicsgate.
Exactly. Yeah, I love it. That's a cute avatar of you and Liam holding hands.
Brother Gaius, it's not my fault. That was just a massive rainstorm. So that's what you're hearing. I wasn't underwater.
Oh, you weren't?
No, I wasn't. I was just being deafened with like rain.
How cool.
It doesn't rain much here, but when it does, it just sort of, sheets down.
Are you in the outback?
No, I'm in Perth, which is like, it's the most isolated capital city in the world. So it's like, we got a couple million people in it, but the state that we're in makes up half of Australia.
Wow.
So it's like Australia's basically divided in half, and you got the Western Australia, and then you've got all the other states.
Hey, have you seen that show on Netflix called Rake? It's an Australian show.
Yeah, what do you think of Rake?
I thought it was pretty fucking funny. My guy binge watched it, and then he drank, and then whenever he drinks, he's got that stupid Australian accent. He's really bad at it, but when he drinks, he does an Australian accent, and he tries to act like Rake, and it's so, not Rake, but whatever the guy's name is on the show.
Yeah, Rake.
It's obnoxious, honestly, the way that my guy does it, but I thought the show was funny, and I love how the women, how they dress on that show.
What do you mean, the other women dress?
The Australian women when they dress like business professional, but it's sexy. I don't know. I just like how they dress.
That's how all the women dress here.
Yeah, they got good fashion sense. I like it.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit, I don't know, a bit British maybe, a bit French.
I also like Wentworth. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah,
That shit was awesome.
it's a bit too serious for me.
Yeah, it was pretty serious.
Twitless says, I like the rake episode where the guy has 3
Has 3 what? Wives?
wives.
Oh,
Is that a Freudian slip there, Twitless?
I don't know. I don't think Twitless could handle 3 wives.
he should give give Oz one of his wives then. Are you
I need
single,
another
Oz?
one. No, I'm married.
Okay, people need to stop trying to.
I don't need another wife. It's okay.
Okay, well, good. Congratulations.
How come you're not married?
Me? Because I'm living in sin.
Hey?
I'm living in sin. I don't know. We haven't done that yet. I don't want a wedding. I don't care about a wedding. Any of that shit. So it's gonna happen eventually.
Do you find it? Do you think you'll find it a bit annoying having is your kid's last name the same as yours or your partner's?
That's the whole thing. No, I let
Yeah.
her have his last name because that's the proper
Right.
way of things. And I'm gonna have his name one of these days. We just have to go down to the courthouse and do it. So, I don't even know if they're open because of COVID, but anyway, yeah, it's just not on the top of my priority list.
You got a couple of years before school.
Yes, exactly.
Holy crap! Can you hear this?
Yeah.
I'm going to point the microphone to the outside window.
You should put a camera on. I want to see the rain.
All right. It's like I'm sitting in a waterfall or something, you know? It's just.
Why can't you record it? Why can't you take some video?
Because it's midnight here.
Oh. I was picturing daytime rain, but it's nighttime. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very nighttime.
Interesting.
Dark Gift, do you know any romantic tunes?
Any romantic tunes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do a romantic tune. Woke up to the sound of pouring rain. Wind would whisper and I'd think of you. And all those tears you cried, they called my name. When you needed me, I came through. Paint a picture, the days roll by. Wish ever after would be like this. You said I love you, babe, without a sound. Swear I give my life for just one kiss. Live for your smile, die for your kiss. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, the letters in the sand. I remember you through those sleepless nights, every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember you. Oh, oh, oh. Paint this with the top rolled down. Wish ever after would be like this. You said I love you, babe,
without a sound. That's where I'd give my life for just one kiss. Live for your smile, die for your kiss. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, the letters in the sand. I remember you through those sleepless nights, every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember. We had our share of hard times, but that's the price we paid. Through it all, we kept the promise that you made. I swear you never be lonely. Woke up to the sound of pouring rain, washed away a dream of you. Nothing else could ever take you away. Oh, you'll always be my dream come true. Oh, my darling, I love you. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, the letters in the sand. I remember you through those sleepless nights, every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember you. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, the letters in the sand. I remember you through those sleepless nights, through every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember, I remember you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
That was lovely.
Grazie, grazie.
Thanks for that, Anthony. That was awesome.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
El Hombre says he's waving his penis in the air. I hope it's on fire, El Hombre.
It wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Where's your
Oz?
bass guitar? Yeah, Sheila.
Sorry. What happened to that poem you said you wrote me?
I had a sonnet that I was going to read you yesterday, but
If I showed up.
well, no. Sadly, what happened was I was so devastated by the news that I cried a little, and the water made the ink run on the paper.
You come up with some lame excuses. Did your dog eat it after that?
Lord D Drum for €2. Thank you so much. Says split among Dark Gift and Romano. Good stuff. No worries. Where's my split? Babbling Booby says that was actually quite good. Please subscribe, Babbling Booby.
Dark Gift's got a great open mic night. I think I'll let him speak for himself about when it might be restarting, but he'll bring on a variety of artists that I go on often, but there's many, many others. What would you say? How many regulars do you have, Anthony? Like what, 10?
It's up to about 10 now, yeah. That
Wow.
rotate in and out, yeah. I'm bringing it back tomorrow night, actually, Will. So if you're around.
All right. I'm psyched.
What time is this show, and what's your channel?
Dark Gift Comics presents, and I do it Mondays at 8 o'clock Eastern.
8 o'clock Eastern PM?
Correct, yeah, 8 o'clock p.m.
Okay. A little bit early for me.
We usually go for about 3 hours, though.
Yeah. Cool. I'll try and catch it.
Yeah.
Oz's Poem by KSSS. Roses are red. I think you're cute. Come on my show and then we can root.
Well, I think you're just lying to get me to come on your show. That's okay though.
No. I did have it.
You did.
I didn't write it. I mean, it was written by a man 300 years ago, but I did have it.
Interesting.
Stick around long enough and you might get to hear it, Sheila.
Okay.
How's your day panning out so far? What have you been up to?
What? This is it. This is all I'm doing so far. Laundry. I also did laundry and boring stuff, dishes, things like that.
Yeah.
Domestic
The usual
stuff.
grind.
Mm-hmm.
I was asked everyone to subscribe, but isn't subscribed to anyone. That's not true. That's not true. Do you know what happens when you get 1 million notifications? Lion Ratton says, can Sheila Aliens talk about some conspiracy theories?
Yeah. I need to know which ones you guys want me to talk about. But
She's not a blank slate, Lion Ratton. Sheila.
I'm not a talker.
What do you know about George Soros?
I know that he supposedly funds a lot of the protests that go on, and he just supposedly causes division in our country and maybe other countries too. I don't know. I don't know that much about that. I know he supposedly he funds all these fuckers that are acting all crazy in the streets and stuff. Allegedly.
I think he made his fortune shorting the British pound.
Oh no, he's really rich and really old, and he looks like he should be dead. He looks like shit. I think he had his heart replaced like numerous times. Is that him or is that the other? I think that might have been Rockefeller or Rothschild. They're all the same person to me.
Berserk Guts wants you to talk about the moon landing.
Which one? Because we went there 7 times. People seem to forget that it wasn't one moon landing. We went there 7 times and there's 7 different missions worth of footage and shit. So I think we did go there probably, but who knows? But I feel like that's a lot of stuff to fake for back in the 70s for NASA to fake all that shit.
It's not too much for Lazarus. Have you heard my friend Lazarus?
No.
Okay, we'll have to get Lazarus on. You have a show, don't you, Sheila?
No. Me? I have a channel. I have a channel with a substantial amount of subscribers, but it's like dormant right now because I haven't been using it. I mean, I could use it because I have the baby. I don't know. Just got busy being preggers and then with the baby and everything. You know, it kind of occupies a lot of time. And I don't know. I still have a pretty big subscriber count. Most of my audience didn't subscribe to me for Comicsgate stuff. So they wouldn't know what the fuck's going on if I just started posting Comicsgate stuff. I would feel bad. Like I have to clue them in on what the whole thing is and all that shit.
Jasper Plan 9 says, just pull the trigger on getting married, Sheila. My son was 7 when my wife and I got married this year. We just kept putting it off.
That's good advice. Yeah. I don't want her to go to school have to answer questions. Why does your mommy have a different last name? You know, shit like that. So yeah. I mean, we had the ring. We got the ring and everything. We just haven't.
Honey Thunder, your chat actually didn't show up on my feed. Do you want to just type it out normally and I'll bring it up, please? Yeah, it didn't appear at all. It's weird.
How do you try to keep track of the super chats, Oz? I've heard that you need to like watch on a different tab in YouTube or something.
No, I think if you log into your YouTube studio, it lets you see the list of the super chats. But normally they stay on your screen for like a long time. No, I read them when they come in, but that one just didn't come in. It's weird. Mr. Wonderful says you can't fake moon rock samples, but I'm sure Lazarus has an excuse.
Well, if you have a telescope, you can see one of the moon landers, the rovers, is still up there on the moon. So it's just like a lot of faking would have to go on for all that to be a conspiracy.
And to what end?
How many subs do you have, Sheila?
Around 50,000 right now.
50,000.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get 50,000 subs, Sheila?
That's over a decade, which is pathetic. It's a pathetic amount of subscribers for a decade, honestly. But I had a whole channel before that was the same amount of subscribers within like 2 years, and it got deleted by YouTube. But you do have to you have to post interesting content that people want to watch, and post a lot of it. Throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, and switch up your topics. I don't know. I didn't have a game plan. I literally just made videos about whatever I found it interesting. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of after a really easy, simple solution.
Well, yeah, I'm doing it the way you're doing it. It's not gonna happen. You're very like a niche. It's a really niche thing that you're doing here, to say the least.
Thanks for the boost in confidence.
You're welcome. No problem.
Honey Thunder says, I missed you too, Oz. The nights were long and cold without you. Thank you, Honey Thunder. I appreciate it. You can't get that kind of thing from 50,000 subs, can you?
What? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
There you go. What are you sharing with me, Robert?
Oh, I wanted to know if we could ask Sheila about this new news coming from the Pentagon that they're going to reveal elements of the UFO program and what she thought was going on.
I don't trust anything the government says about UFOs or aliens. I just don't trust anything they have to say. Whatever they say is going to be, it's going to be contrived. It's not going to be the truth. It's going to be what they want us to know. I don't know what they're supposedly coming out with, but it's probably bullshit. I'd have to see it.
I think it's just how they've been funding research into whatever the mysterious lights in the sky happen to be.
As far as I know, they shut that program down a long time ago. But if it's still ongoing, cool. Somebody has to look into it.
That's what this is. And it was reporting from the New York Times. That's why I thought it was kind of, it's not like reading it in the National Enquirer or something. And I think it's made pretty good headlines recently. But I find it interesting. I mean, I grew up, I was always watching the X-Files, and I've always been fascinated by the phenomenon. So what do you think is going on?
That I'd have to look into that specific story, but it seems like ufology and aliens and stuff like that is always treated like the Inquirer, whatever magazine you just said, the one that does like fake alien stories. Like all the news outlets have no problem posting bogus UFO stuff because it's just UFOs, and like they think it's a joke or they don't care to research it, so they'll post obvious fake videos, hoaxed videos, because it's just fun alien stuff, but they don't really respect it or respect the facts of it. I'm looking for that Pentagon story right now because it sounds interesting.
It is. So basically they're saying that they're going to be releasing information and that now the program, I guess maybe it started with the Air Force, but it's now in the Office of Naval Intelligence, has discussed mysterious events in classified briefings. And one of the briefings, and I think the money line in here, is a contractor basically saying that whatever they found and whatever they're researching was basically artificial, but not of this earth. And that so that there are fragments of crashed objects, retrieved objects. But here's one line: no crash objects have artifacts have been publicly produced for independent verification. So I guess, this kind of goes to like the old Roswell phenomenon. Something crashes and then they keep it a secret. And then is there anything to that? And this reporting seems to suggest that there's something going on. But,
well, it's probably from back then when the Roswell stuff happened, that kind of era, because everything's going to be at least 30 years behind what's actually going on nowadays. So they're just now releasing shit that's either timed out, and so now they can release it. It's not classified anymore.
Oh, here's the contractor. Eric W. Davis, an astrophysicist who worked as a subcontractor and then a consultant for the Pentagon for the UFO program since 2007, said that in some cases, examination of the materials had so far failed to determine their source and led him to conclude we couldn't make it ourselves. The constraints on discussing classified programs, however, have put officials who have studied UFOs in the position of having to state their views without presenting any hard evidence. Mr. Davis works for Aerospace Corporation, a defense contractor, gave a classified briefing to the Defense Department in March about retrievals from, quote, off-world vehicles not made of this earth.
Interesting. They should release that information if they have it. I don't see why they wouldn't. But I also would be wary of what they are releasing.
Well, do you think that they would fake that? They would put something out there and say it's something that it's really not?
Possibly. Or they might lie and say it's something different than what it is. Who knows? Or maybe they might be mistaken about what they think it is. I don't even know.
Maybe President Trump will declassify it. Here he's being asked about whether he would declassify information on Roswell. And he said, quote, "I'll have to think about that one."
Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, I want to see that. Because I believe, what's that guy who worked at Area 51? He worked over there, and he tells a story about how he saw UFOs and stuff that he worked on. He like reverse engineered the technology. Maybe the chat knows what I'm talking about.
I'd love to go for a ride in one of those.
Me too. Lazar, yeah, Bob Lazar.
Voluntarily, of course. I wouldn't want to be captured by one of them.
Yeah, I would go voluntarily, depending, as long as they're not the reptilians, or someone scary looking. And they could be scary looking, but not reptiles.
Why? What's wrong with reptiles?
They eat people.
Are those like the ones from V?
Yeah.
They ate mice.
These ones eat people.
Now, one thing about ufology that's always fascinated me is that there seems to be very detailed books about like all the different races of whatever aliens, and I'm wondering like how did they source that? Like where do they get their information from? How was that cobbled together? I wonder.
Just eyewitness accounts, I think. And some people seem to pull it out of their asshole when they come up with these Andromedans and all these like nice sounding aliens. But a lot of people have encounters with the grays, the ones with the big eyes. So that's just a reoccurring one. So it's kind of weird that multiple people would have that throughout the world. There must be something to it. But as far as all the other races that people come up with, some of them, I think they make them up. But other ones are just from people experiencing that throughout the world. There's a lot of cool people on YouTube who talk about what they've seen.
But so you think there's some examples of life in imitating art, people wanting something to be true, and then they'll present it as factual?
I think some people that are into like new age metaphysical stuff think they're a star child, and they start like, they think they're like a conduit for these aliens, when really it's shit they're making up in their own head. But they'll go into these meditative states and come out with this bullshit. of whatever they come out with about whatever alien races are out there that are speaking to them about some grand mission they need to complete. A lot of people message me really crazy stuff on my Facebook, like throughout the years, because my name is SHEILA Aliens, and I'm a UFO hunter.
Have you ever seen lights in the sky?
Yeah, I'm a UFO hunter.
So you're a good UFO hunter, so you have seen them.
Yes, when I lived in Arizona, 100%, I saw all kinds of weird stuff there. I have videos of it. That's how I started my YouTube channel. Was back in the day was my UFO videos. I wanted to share those, so I figured out how to get them off my old tape recorder onto the computer, and that was it.
Now, I do know of evidence of a hoax that was actually done in the kind of in Ulster County, New York, and it turned out you could see kind of a big ball of light kind of floating around the sky off of Mohonk Mountain near New Paltz, New York.
Mm-hmm.
And what it turned out it was some dude with lights on a hang glider, but it had been like he'd been doing it for like 20 years, and there were lots of I guess ufologists would come out there and try to see what was going on, but it wasn't really revealed until he just said, "Oh yeah, I was on a hang glider." It was pretty funny.
That sucks. Yeah, that's that one guy, but there's a lot of hot spots throughout the United States, usually around mountains and stuff, with lights and things like that. So there's real stuff out there. Like, really, I would live by a military base and saw all kinds of weird stuff. I don't think it was aliens, though.
Mr. Wonderful says, Sheila, do you watch Dark Journalist on YouTube?
I haven't, but I will definitely check them out. I'm always looking for new stuff to watch. Dark Journalist. Cool. I'll check them out.
Oz Google UFOs. I know what UFOs are. Is there anything we don't know that's flying around?
Yeah. I have videos if you guys want to watch one of my UFO videos.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
How do I do that? Okay. You're going to share my screen?
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
Did you see the UFO that was in Western Australia a few weeks ago?
It wasn't a UFO. That was a meteor.
Well, there's a little bit of conjecture. The problem is it was green, so they say it would have had to have been an iron ore, but it's got a really strange trajectory, and so they wanted to find the meteor, but they had no chance of finding it because where it landed, basically our ground is all iron ore.
Oh. I thought it was space
everywhere.
junk. I thought they said it was space junk because that usually burns up slow and green. But yeah, that was definitely a space junk or meteor, in my opinion. Or a UFO crashed and burned up. Who died?
That's his dog going crazy.
Okay.
There's obviously some hobos walking by.
Sounds like someone died in a dog attack. Okay. So I have my video up here. There's a song on here that it won't get you demonetized or struck, but I think I had to share that revenue with the song maker. So I'd have to mute it. You might not be able to make, or unless you can cut this part out afterwards. I don't know.
I don't monetize my streams for replay views anyway.
Oh, then it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
That's right.
Yeah, because this song it's licensed to YouTube, so you're allowed to use it. It's just I think they get the money for it. But anyway, I guess you could share my screen if you guys want to watch it. This is a compilation video of mine, so it's got music, but each one of these clips does exist without the music. Okay, what do I do here? Mm-hmm.
Slick Rick, what are you talking about? Why is Oz refusing to talk about breastfeeding?
Ew. I don't do that.
No, if your baby's at your mum's all the time, you're not going to be breastfeeding.
So, you got that shit? Okay. There you go. Is this going to be echoing and shit? Should I mute myself?
No, it should be good.
Let's
It
see.
shouldn't.
Do you guys hear the music?
You
No.
forgot to click the share audio.
Let's see here.
That should just be checked by default.
It
I
should
agree.
be.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to stop sharing.
You'll
and
have
then
to
reshare
get
again.
out of there and then go back in.
I need to get out of the tab or this StreamYard.
No, just the tab. Just stop sharing.
Oh, stop. And then where's the audio setting at?
Go like you did before, share a Chrome tab. But then before you actually click share, at the bottom left corner of that window is a little box you have to check.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, share audio. Gotcha. Okay. Maybe this will work. Let me know. Sorry,
If you put it full screen, I think it'll.
like that.
Ooh. That's some
Have you seen
fascinating
the,
footage.
Have you
Thank
seen the War of the Worlds musical, Sheila?
I have not. Why? Why?
Play it.
Did you watch it, Dark Gift?
Yeah, I was on that stream. That was awesome.
Yeah, but have you listened to it?
Oh no, I haven't gone back to it to watch the
Oh,
full
you
thing
said
yet.
you were going to listen to it.
I was. I still am.
No
I
one does
haven't.
any homework. I don't know what's going on.
I did save it to my watch later playlist, so
I want to see it. What is it?
it's trippy.
Cool.
Maybe I'll play a little bit later. Robert, do you have any Guns N' Roses, or actually Sheila, is there a song that you'd like to be played, or a band you'd like to be played?
No, I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I like weird music, creepy music.
Oh, okay. Do you?
Power Rangers. Wait, no, it's not Power Rangers.
No, it's X-Files.
That is pretty good. It's a weird piano, or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, it's just on the regular grand piano setting. I suppose it really needs to sound weirder for that to be convincing. But I do have a song selected here, Oz, that's in the Pink Floyd variety.
Okay, all right. Pink Floyd us away.
Mama loves a baby, and Daddy loves you too. And the sea may look warm to you, babe, and the sky may look blue. Oh, babe. Oh, baby blue. If you should go skating on the thin ice of modern life, dragging on behind you the silent reproach of a million tear-stained eyes. Don't be surprised when a crack in the ice appears under your feet. You're slipping out of your depth and out of your mind, with your fear flowing up behind you as you claw the thin ice. And that was the thin ice off of the wall.
Was that creepy enough for you, Sheila?
Yeah, that was a funny comment. Yeah, that was pretty creepy. I'm not gonna sing, but I like to sing under controlled conditions with like reverb,
Oh, okay.
so it sounds good. But yeah, I do have to get going though, so I wanted to say goodbye to you and Dark Gift and Robert and all of the chat.
It was
Thank you
nice
so
to
much
meet
for
you.
coming on, Sheila.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Take care, Sheila.
Maybe- hopefully we'll see you again.
Yes, thank you. You guys have a great day.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. She was a good guest, Oz. I say worth the wait.
Hail Sheila Allen. I hope she has a good day. See, everyone, I wasn't lying. I do know a girl. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, you know, time is precious. That's something you should take away. If there's anything you take away from this stream, take away that. Time is precious.
There's a ton of jokes in there.
I hope she finds a better job than a crappy job.
Well, yesterday your stream was like 7 hours, Oz. I'm wondering, like, when do you find time to sleep?
I didn't get much sleep, to be honest. You know. What did Judson Co? When it rains, it stops. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Spirit Scar says, we just saw an example of Oz's game. Not good. I'm sorry that you were disappointed. What can I say? Oz, I would have been a good boy. Well, I don't know. Did you want to come on and sing for us? Is that what you're saying? Berserk. You want to come and have a song? Have a sing song with Twitless? Someone's burrito is ready. Yeah, what was the ding? I wouldn't have, Mr. Dongs. I wouldn't have brought such a man as Berserk on when Sheila, such a nice young lady like Sheila was on. I wouldn't expose her to Berserk. Tatsunami for $1.50 Swiss. Send a super sticker. I can't see it at the moment, but I'm guessing it's a poo. Scrotum Baggins asks, is Panboy coming on to sing? He's got the link. Pan, if you're around, come and play your wordery-roo harmonica. Come on, play your harmonica and sing us Love Me Do.
Pan plays harmonica? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he plays the harmonica and sings. You should come on and play Love Me Do.
Yeah, I didn't know he jammed.
Saji said she liked me, Oz. Yeah, I'm sure she does. In small doses from very far away. What have you been up to, Dark Gift?
Not much. Drawing. Doing a lot of...
Did you catch any of the stream last night?
I was on for a little bit. I popped in when towards the end of when that guy Dick was on, because I was trying to feel out if he was doing a shtick or if he was really just like a dick. And I think it's mostly shtick, though he's probably still a dick. And then I dipped off like halfway through the Pan and Testify argument. Because I had to split. I went to go see my my family. I haven't, with the COVID thing, we don't get to see each other much. So
yeah, real life always trumps internet life. Mr. Wonderful for $5. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying your lockdown. Watching back the cantaloupe wearing a ski mask head of Berserk Guts schoolgirl gushing over Cumsock, Panboy, and refund campaign was sickening. Okay. Mr. Wonderful. Good super chat.
He's always very poetic with his words.
Yeah, verbose.
Yeah.
James Hayes is all up for the Twitless and Berserk singing a love song together.
I'm up for that.
I think that's a good idea.
I'll be right back.
All right. Simple Jack. Oz, your largest super chat was $100 for Testify. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty amazing, wasn't it? Ombre tuned out the Pan Testify argument. Just white noise. Berserk Gut, who cares? What's Berserk saying? You want me to hate CGP? Berserk, stop arguing in the chat. You've got the link if you want to come in. I'm surprised none of you had any questions for Sheila. You seem to have plenty of questions when she wasn't here. But there weren't very many questions when she was here. You were all on your best behavior.
I thought you did a good job, though, Oz. You introduced her, and then we got to talk about some of her favorite topics. And so I thought that made it for some good content there.
Oh, thank you, Robert. I appreciate the kind words. Berserk Gut says I'm hungover, I can't sing. Oh, come on. That's like really lame. Torfa says skills are scary. It seems to be like when you get a bit of feminine wiles on display, a lot of men seem to clamp up, get a bit stressed. Oh, people are being mean to Sketch again. What's he done this time?
Yeah, what happened now?
Would have liked to have Sheila's thoughts on Lazarus. Yeah, well, I did ask, but she doesn't know who he is. I don't think my show is high on her watch list. I think the amount of time that she comes into my chat is probably, if you see her in the chat, that's about as much as she watches. Spirit Scar, what brings you to my show?
I just wanted to come in after yesterday was chaotic, so not a good time to come in for the first time, but it's quite an interview,
Spirit.
Oz. Hello, Robert.
It wasn't
What's up,
your
brother?
first time, Spirit Scar. What are you talking about?
Well, first time coming in on a stream was yesterday.
Really?
Yep.
No.
That was a chaotic.
I guess
one
I'm
to
just
come
so
into.
used to your chats that I just figured your avatar sort of was familiar.
Feels present.
Mm.
Yeah, the UFO stuff was interesting. Could have asked her about the Phoenix Lights. You ever heard about that? Massive UFO over Phoenix, Arizona, seen by thousands of people.
Yeah, like traveled half the state, right? Like it
Yeah,
was seen in like 3 different towns.
It was a massive event, yeah.
Yeah.
There's something going on.
Why is it always over Arizona, though?
That's a
Well,
good question.
The Native Americans had stories and myths too, and it's in those areas even before Europeans came to North America. Like they have folklore and myths about lights in the sky.
Yeah, I would probably say like if you know this is all true and there's UFOs flying around up there, areas like Arizona and like any region out in that area, it's mostly flat land and there's not a lot of man-made light, light pollution, so it's probably easier to see. That would be my guess.
Have you ever seen a UFO, Oz?
Let me think. Nah. Are we boring you, Oz? Says Babbling Baby. No, sorry. It's been a long day for me.
Spirit, my wife wants to know if you think that the Arizona and the Native American tales kind of fit in with that whole ancient alien hypothesis.
Well, I don't know if I agree with everything that hypothesis. I think extraterrestrials have been visiting Earth for a long time. I don't know if human beings come from them, though. I know there's a whole rabbit hole with that theory,
But you could buy earlier visitations.
I'm sure extraterrestrials have been visiting Earth for thousands and thousands of years.
What do you think they want?
I think humans are a dangerous species, and after the atomic bombs detonated in 1945, the UFO activity spiked. That really got their attention. There's a lot of stories about UFOs over nuclear facilities. In some cases, they've even disabled the controls of nuclear facilities. Some people interpret that as a threat, but I think they're just saying, like, don't go down this path or we'll stop it if we have to.
Yeah, I've heard that one, that maybe they're trying to warn us about something.
I think that guy that made that autopsy video was a genius.
Oh, that looked good, huh? Yeah,
I think he made like $10 million selling that.
Yeah, I think it was fake. I saw Stan Winston at a convention before he died, and someone asked him about that alien autopsy footage, and he said they messed with his interview and edited in such a way that it all sounded complimentary. But Stan Winston said, like, yeah, it wasn't real.
How do you think that aliens have conquered the limit of light speed?
I think they travel through different planes, like dream, like sleep. That's why they always seem elusive, like they vanish, because they slip in from this plane of reality to another. And once you do that, you can go anywhere in the universe.
So you think interdimensional?
Yeah, there's different planes of reality. I think that's how they travel.
What it is?
What's up?
I guess that was too controversial for SHEILA Alien then.
You're a barbarian.
Yeah, me saying like I sent her a dick pic is a fucking joke because I think like they kicked her from Discord and War Campaign because like Rose said that like she was asking for dick pics. That's all it was.
Yeah,
I know when to behave myself. Kind of. A little bit.
Dream invading aliens. Invading alien dreamers.
What's your take on the theory of wormhole travel?
Me?
Spirit Scar.
Oh, I suppose if you can travel through other planes, I guess it's kind of irrelevant. I mean, maybe there are wormholes, but I think once you can send your consciousness and your ship into another plane, you can just go anywhere. So.
Yeah, but how do you get the ship there? You just build it with robots and then send your consciousness there? Or?
Well, the theory is, I've heard a theory that the ships themselves have become like organic, like even the ships have consciousness.
So I guess they would manipulate the consciousness of the ship?
Or like fuse with it, right? Like if you left astral projection, like if you had an out-of-body experience and traveled to those planes, theoretically you could meet a ghost, or you could meet an extraterrestrial who's alive but traveling through those planes.
Yeah, but it would still take like so long to project your consciousness like that far anyway. Like,
well, there's no time or space. You can go anywhere if you.
They say consciousness is faster than speed of light.
Yeah.
It's the fastest.
It's zero time once you're in that level in those other planes.
What if aliens are just demons, bro? What if aliens and demons and all that shit's the same thing?
Yeah, some people have said that, and I think there are demons, but I think they're not necessarily the same thing. But
it kind of looks like that that F-18 that was tracking that object. It kind of looked like a gravity distortion or something. Like I don't know wormhole. Like it's more of like distorting gravity. I don't think that's making a wormhole. Like the thing went into the ocean. It looks like it's got like a force field around it. Like it doesn't have a normal propulsion engine because it went into the ocean and shit, and like it raised out of the ocean. Like the only thing that can do that is if something around the ship is propelling it without an engine. Like that's what it looked like to me. I don't know. It looks like it's. I trust that F-18 video more than anything else about aliens. So
a lot of the skeptics criticize the UFO footage and say, well, it can't be real because it defies the laws of physics. Well, it defies the laws of physics as understood by human beings at this point in our evolution. You know, we don't have all the answers.
I don't think it's wormhole. Like
well, I
it
think
could
go
be.
through the planes.
What if it's just the government though?
No.
I
Not
think the
yet.
government is doing stuff. They have this UFO psyop, and they do have their own craft. That
Well, if you think about it, they invented the internet in the 70s. It's just we didn't get it till like the mid 90s and shit. So it's like,
yeah, but that's most military technology, I think. Like, yeah, they're probably like that's why like these Greenpeace fucks about like the gas engine and like they don't make any sense. The military's got something better than a gas engine. It would just collapse our economies probably. Like if you're not spending money on gas, like. Yeah, they probably have way better shit they're not giving us right now. So
the whole world infrastructure would collapse, and the most powerful men would lose their power if something.
Did you?
Well, what are they waiting for? Well, I want cool stuff.
The economy would have collapsed, bro, because there's so much industry is built up around.
Well, it would change, but they
don't
want something else. Power.
Right. Did you guys hear the theory that oil and gas are just renewable, but they say it's a finite resource because otherwise it would just inflate? You guys ever hear that shit?
It's the abiotic theory.
All the oil wells ever
you can look it up. It's the abiotic oil, petroleum that somehow is coming from the shale deposits, and that it somehow replenishes itself. It's a theory. I don't know.
But every oil thing that they're like, oh, we've tapped all the oil. It's like, no, it refills. So like a decade later, you can go back. It will be full of oil. What it is other oil fields near it will just kind of like There Will Be Blood. They tap in sideways and take the oil out there. So it's technically not dry. They just are taking it out in different ways. But it always replenishes itself every time.
Well, with the shale deposits, either way, you probably have several hundred years worth of petroleum to tap into. So, I mean, that I'm sure by then, 300 years from now, we'll probably have something that replaces it anyways.
Right.
Well, you're never going to replace oil or like that kind of shit. You're never going to. You like plastics for insulating wire and shit, like PVCs are all extracted from oil. Like the refining process is like necessary for your daily life, and that's like something like these fucking Greenpeace bitches don't understand. Like they would be living in a hut somewhere starting a fire, and they wouldn't even let you do that. It's kind of like the Sword of Truth shit. Like you can't start fires, like. Because like it elevates your fucking people.
Oh my god!
Look at holy fuck! What the fuck is that? Is that Wonder Woman?
Is that actual DC?
Is that true?
That's actually a DC variant cover for it.
Oh,
yes.
Who did that? I could do better than that. And I'm not an artist.
Some chick from Rooster Teeth.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Look at the guns, the mom jeans. Jeez.
Rooster Teeth is still around? I thought they just are gone. Fuck.
I thought she had superpowers that would make her constantly be in shape, not unlike Superman.
Look, they gave her a fat ass, big thighs, but small breasts.
Yeah, that's how she blocks bullets.
Mom jeans, huh? Fucking mom jeans.
This has got to be a troll. Like they hate us. They hate us.
She doesn't look super strong there.
This is a fuck you to everyone who loves comics. Like that's all it is.
But what it is they know we're going to talk about it, so it gives them publicity. That's what it is. They know that people that hate that are going to talk about it, and like it's going to get the word out organically because we're all talking about it and shit.
Who would want this kind of publicity? They're a $1 billion company. Like they don't need publicity for Wonder Woman at all.
Yeah, AT&T is tolerating this. You know, like, weren't they threatening to shut DC down and they're putting out stuff like this?
Yeah, this is for
DC's fucked anyway.
This is why you give up. We lost.
This is the one-shot prelude to the movie, and it's like a variant cover they just released yesterday.
Well, this is
I think.
offensive to Gal Gadot.
Oh my god.
Seriously.
Yeah, she needs some.
This is offensive
she needs
to
to
human. This is offensive.
I say the same thing, Akuma. I feel bad for heavier women that have no breasts.
It's like Lena Dunham.
Yeah, but at least they got a nice ass. Like I don't care if like chicks like fat downstairs, dude. Like I don't know. Like
It looks like a light bulb.
Flat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you ever
Yeah, but
seen
it's like,
a heavier woman with no upper chest area?
Yeah. It's a cruel joke.
It is. They look a little out of proportion.
Yeah, it's a light
Anthony,
bulb.
you could play fat bottom girls make the rock and world go around.
Oh man, I think
What's
Say
up
that
with her
5 times
hair?
fast.
Is it stars in her hair, or like what is?
I guess it's
The
supposed to look like
cosmos.
space. Yeah.
But why?
They made her look Puerto Rican, though. Yeah.
I like the bisexual lighting, though. That's the best.
Well, you're
Wow.
supposed to be 80s theme, so I kind of get that. You know.
That's
but
still, yeah, but the combination is deadly. Like,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
thing,
So
if you just had one, okay, but both together,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's so flat. It's pale. Like there's nothing to this at all. Like
I think she's like a political cartoonist, so I can see the style for something like that, you know, like those quick little one-panel sketches or whatever they do. But yeah, for
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
it's
but
not
she
a
works
comic
at
book
Rooster
cover.
Teeth. She works
That's
at
not a
Rooster
fucking
Teeth, not the
sketch,
New
dude.
Yorker. You know,
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
something you would see in the making fun of shit.
yeah, it looks like
right.
I can see that in the New Yorker.
there is no like. It just looks flat. It's not popping at all. It's just like who gives a shit about what she looks like? It's done by like a 4-year-old. A 4-year-old could do better than this. I bet you Dan Fraga's kid can draw better than this. Holy shit! Wow.
Why are all the really weird people from Austin, Texas?
Because everyone's leaving California and they're going to Austin. Like,
Yeah.
California's wrecked, dude. There's been so many people from Cali. They're all fucking weirdos, dude. The homelessness rate in Austin's like shooting through the roof now. Like,
They do have a lot of immigrants coming there from all over the country. There's actually a lot of opportunities in Texas
it's
area. The
booming.
economy
A
is
lot of
growing pretty
hipsters.
quickly.
A lot of hipsters going to Texas, though. That's all of Austin.
well, they're trying to make Texas blue. And how do you do that? You collapse your other fucking states that are blue and then send them down to fucking Texas, dude.
That reminds me of when in the old days they were going for the territories and they wanted to, you had free states and slave states, and then you would have a referendum and people would literally move to the territories just for that purpose, to influence what the outcome of that referendum would be.
Yep.
What do you reckon that Rooster Teeth is trying to hide here? Rooster Teeth says, today, as part of a larger content review process, we are removing some videos that we no longer feel comfortable posting on our platforms. One of 6. Jesus.
Holy shit.
Some
They're
edgy
going to give
jokes.
us a lecture. We took an honest look at 17 plus years of videos, many of them made live and uploaded on a daily basis, and concluded some do not fit the ethos of our company today and are counterproductive to the work we are striving to do to be more inclusive of all people. 2 of 6. We aspire to entertain our existing community while fostering connections with broader, diverse audiences. Any content that doesn't do that doesn't belong on our platform. This review is ongoing. Over time, we will also edit videos, provide disclaimers where appropriate, and continue to remove content if we so choose. This is an ongoing process, they said this already, and is by no means our last update on this topic. That's a warning. Actions speak louder than words, and we hope you see our actions clearly now and in the future. Don't hesitate to hold us accountable and offer your feedback. For more information, please read our community post here. So they've trolled through 17 years and they've
Michael Derrick.
Yeah,
What was
Simple
fine
Jack.
yesterday is unacceptable today. So
Simple Jack just said that his company sold like 5,000 new homes or something. Bullshit, dude. Yeah, they can't. What do you want to walk out to fucking Needles and someone shitting on the street? I guarantee you that's bullshit. That fucking lying fuck.
well, the conspiracy is the super rich buy it up while it's cheap and then just sit on it until the cities recover.
Oh, I don't know why. Dude, Tesla just moved out of fucking California, dude. That's like 5,000 jobs that are leaving, like high-paying jobs too. They're going down to Texas to build like Cybertruck and shit in Austin. And they already have.
7 says Rooster Teeth is purging their old content for being problematic. F them. So I wonder what they're doubling down on. Because, you know, they're doing it for a reason.
Still around.
Well, these
So-
SJWs comb through years of Twitter feeds and find stuff, so I'm sure they're
Yeah,
anticipating
but
that.
there's got to be a reason that they're doing it now. You know what I mean? Like these people, they never put work into
I see.
anything unless they have to.
Yeah,
So
there's something.
and-
It's got to be jokes and shit. Like, because that Spider-Man joke in fucking the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is like is controversial now or something like that. I guarantee you shit like that on the live stream. Like
The
just
scene with
joking around.
Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Yeah.
What joke was it?
It's when he's like sitting on the fence and he's like calls him like a homo or something like that.
He asks us if the outfit's his boyfriend's or something like that. Or
Yeah, or husband.
I like that movie. Why are they attacking that movie?
Because he said a joke about him, the guy, Macho Man, having a husband or something.
Oh, whatever. It's New York. Don't they talk to New Yorkers? I mean, come on, man.
I know.
You can't be like that
ridiculous.
anymore, Robert.
Yeah, but the New Yorkers don't know that.
Yeah, they do. They just know like it's stupid PC bullshit.
Totally. That's why, you know, Trump's from New York. I mean, it's not a coincidence that, you know, he's the first one to be like, have you been to my city?
They're just
Look at
trying
this
to.
guy. God rolls are dead says all the angry replies show that you're making the right choice. Smug emoji. If this bothers you and you think Rooster Teeth is trash, then just stop watching their content and stop whining on their posts. LMFAO, go away. And then you look at him.
it's Nietzsche.
21, non-binary closet.
Oh
Lurker.
God. What?
His interests are
Lurker.
Destiny,
It's not even
Tetris.
out.
women's basketball,
Women's basketball. How the
queer-
fuck it?
queer / fat studies,
Fat
Is that
studies.
are those really courses?
fat studies. I had no idea there were fat studies. At
Is that just
university.
a code for chubby chaser?
I don't know.
Maybe that's why the cover was made, just for guys like him.
Who's Gabriella Brillante? Actor, writer, lesbian, bohemian philosopher, and all-around geek.
She's a
DM
philosopher, huh?
/ not safe for work account. Okay,
so she's really not an actor because
she's a hooker or a thought.
because people in the business don't put actor in their bio. you know who they are.
Ugh.
This is Liam talking here. Hi, Liam. I, as a member of some minorities, am so glad you guys are removing those videos. And honestly, really sad to read all of this comments. If you think your favorite video is getting removed, just save it for yourself. Thank you again for being such a supply company. What the
No,
fuck?
it could be that they're removing them just because like most of the people are white, so there's like no diversity in it, like too. Like you don't know why they're doing it. Like it might not even be jokes. It might be like an all-white panel, like for like 2 months straight or something. Like
Is that Liam's evil stepbrother? Liam the yellow
people
guy?
are nuts.
Instead of
Liam's
Liam the Liam the orange guy.
They're like the Green Lantern rings.
Right, right.
A whole pack of Liams in different colors.
And here's another person bragging about blocking people. I am era queer Japanese Filipino American. He, him, gamer against toxic gaming culture. Feminist. See rapist. Anti-racist / anti-fascist. Voice actor, Twitch baby.
So basically racist and fascist. Okay, good.
Jesus
As
Christ.
in yellow peril, isn't that kind of an offensive term?
Dude, they gotta like mow their own lawns or like do some kind of like physical work because like I'm telling you right now, you would not act like this. You wouldn't. Like, I want to know what they do for a living.
Is it like these are all queer folk? So is it like they've had some really dodgy queer bashing on their movies or something?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't even
probably
think they're all queer. I think they just put that in their Twitter
Mhm.
bios.
it's
Notice
probably
me.
just some edgy jokes. You know, they said what 17 years. So think about 17 years ago, the humor that was
Oh,
okay to
God.
say. You know,
Imagine when you're in high school and shit, dude. Like, they would never make it. Dude, if they're like younger, like, oh my God, dude. Like, you would get ripped apart in school, like, constantly. You have to, like, Jesus.
I was in high school in the early 90s. These people, these kids would have a heart attack if they were walking through the halls of my high
I
school.
know, right?
TFB-5 says, does this mean you're also going to remove episode 12 of volume 7 of RWBY? I don't know what that is, because your show queer baited and did BYG without Clover. This ending up hurt various LGBTQ plus people to the point it had a widespread negative psychological effect on your viewers. We deserve an apology and a fix to what occurred. Shamrock Leaf.
Are you telling me an anime gave them widespread negative psychological?
23 he, him, gay, professional writer / novelist / dog walker. Degree in what's
So
WLP?
So dog walker is basically what he is.
Novelist / dog walker right after.
Degree in
one another.
WLP with spec minor in creative fiction.
World
Okay.
WLP is probably
I mean-
like some kind of philosophy.
Oh, no.
These people were traumatized by a Rooster
Don't
Teeth
go
show.
down.
Imagine if you showed them Legend of the Overfiend.
Oh my god.
Don't go down anymore. God damn it. Fuck. Ugh.
It's the notorious DAB. Fuck Adrestians. I don't know who they are. Agarthans, Black Eagles, and Edelgard. I don't know what's going on with this guy.
He looks like a vampire.
That's a bold hairstyle.
Ugh.
A 10 head. Adam Manetta says, I wouldn't trust these dudes with my dog.
One day you motherfuckers are gonna kill me. Holy shit.
It looks like he's toasting the evil.
This is the audience that you want. This guy's clearly
Is he being sarcastic? Because he's saying, I toast to Rooster Teeth, and then he goes, and to humor. But like
I
they're
think he's saying that they're just removing evil, nasty content, not real humor.
I guess it could be yeah. I mean, I was like, is he saying like that sarcastically, like like
I
farewell
don't
to
know what's in
humor?
his bio. Like, look at his bio first. Like,
We did. That was all the crazy like
no,
fuck this, fuck that,
I'm
fuck
trying to
this,
zoom
fuck
in
that.
on his glass to see what's in it.
looks like blood.
Looks like red wine.
No,
yeah.
there's like a reflection of his room.
There's some like Blade Runner detective work.
It's a reflection. So I'm expecting there to be like
Zoom
a
in,
dead body down here.
computer,
Enhance.
frame.
It's
Quadrant
like
3B.
someone's tied up in a corner right there. I can see it. The rope's right there.
There is. There's someone here. Look.
Sharpen.
Bound and gagged.
There's someone here.
It's her blood in the
kneeling
glass.
down.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Honey, you got to take this picture of me so I can post it on Rooster
Look at that.
Teeth's Twitter thread.
Look at that expression in those eyes.
Someone's arm there.
Oh.
It's his arm. Look, it's his arm, and he's taking the photo of himself.
Oh yeah,
That's That's the camera phone here. That's his arm. I've solved the mystery. He hasn't killed anyone. It's alright. We can relax.
Oh shit.
If he took the comics pledge, no one would believe him. That's probably true.
I don't know how you could be on Twitter. Like,
Hi, I'm Conehead, a 19-year-old Aspie who likes to do creative things.
Asperger's?
They autism acceptance. All right.
Remember
He's got-
Greta said,
Oh. Jeannie the lesbian's here.
Who's
While
that?
we're at it, please stop
that a
with the
friend of
fat
yours?
jokes too. Dutch fat dyke, headed by little spiders, they them.
Wait, stop the fat jokes, but she has fat dyke in her bio.
well, that's not a joke, you know. She's proud
Yeah,
of it.
she's a fat dyke. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Is that irony lost on anybody else? Because that's pretty ironic to me.
I hope it's just people trolling.
Like, basically, you could say, yeah, you're fat and be serious about it, but God forbid you make a joke about it, then that's offensive.
This guy's got a pretty smug look on him.
No more jokes, Anthony. We can't have any more jokes in this world.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Not with me.
Well, they're trying to kill it. They're trying to kill comedy pretty quick.
I actually just watched the most recent Jim Jeffries stand-up, and I was happy to see him like push back against all the PC shit.
The good comics still do. Like Rogan.
say
Jim
Jim
Jeffries, the
Jeffries?
guy who went after Zach.
Yeah, but I think he was put up to that, but I don't even think he knew what the hell who Zach was, what comic.
Attack
That whole show was that. It was all SJW stuff.
Yeah, I think that was basically, like the network basically
Well, he
being
didn't
like,
believe it, but he took the money and he helped perpetuate it. So it's just
right,
scumbag all around.
Yeah. So I'm still
I don't know.
not.
The world needs Sam Kinison back and George Carlin. I mean, those
George
guys
Carlin,
would
yeah.
totally
Richard
be
Pryor.
punching this in
Dude,
the
could
nose
you
right now.
imagine what Richard Pryor would think right now?
Jeez, I mean, I wish Mel Brooks could speak up more, but he's kind of getting old. But because all the comedy from like the 70s and the 80s, I mean, we were more united as a country during those times than what you're seeing today, and everyone's just so sensitive. It's ridiculous.
Check out this Karen. She says, "Wow, extra racist points for using a gif of a black character to dismiss the concerns of said minority." Let me guess, you're a white Karen?
Yep.
She, her, I am, compassionate empathy.
She's policing gifts.
What is it with these white women always talking about empathy? They've got no idea.
Yeah, it's weird. It's usually like white women in like the BLM protests too. I'm like, it's fucking odd. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, how the hell do they know how to talk for black people? Like, what the fuck?
This guy's got a rose and a bee in his. I don't know. I watch anime, achievement hunter, and play games. Ain't that something? These people need a haircut and a real job. That's what the problem is here.
Dude, there's no way. They would like cut their finger or something and then be like, I have to go to the hospital. I just wrap myself in electrical tape, dude. If I slice open my finger.
That big React channel on YouTube with teenagers react and college kids react. They showed them Seinfeld, and they couldn't handle that. They were being offended by all the jokes in Seinfeld.
Dude, Seinfeld is like epic though. Like,
Zach, blue heart, fuck transphobes at queuing trans says it's important that you actually address the offensive content and why it's unacceptable. Simply editing something out and re-uploading it just serves to sweep problematic behavior under the rug without any apology to the community that was hurt.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Isaac, multi 21, he, they, non-binary, trans guy, queer.
I don't believe this.
How could you
I don't believe
all these? Hang on, how can you be all
there's
these?
no way.
He's a he, they. How can you be a he, they? All right.
Right.
Non-binary. So he can't be a he, they because he's non-binary. So he can only be a they, them.
Right.
So he's already wrong there. Then he says trans guy. Again, you can't be a trans guy if you're non-binary.
I don't even think you could be trans if you're non-binary.
Queer. Take no. Yeah. I think he's just confused. You're confused, dude. Get your shit together.
They're all confused.
Why is Vegemite trending in Australia? I don't know. I don't want to click on it. Anyway, all these guys are crazy. And, you know, we need to... I wouldn't say we need to run these people over with a car because that's terrible given the current situation in America. But, you know, haircut and real job, I think, is what we need. All right. Let's have some music. Who's up for some music?
You went underwater, Rob. Oz.
I went underwater again?
Yeah. What did you
Am
say?
I back?
Yeah, you're back.
I said, let's have some music. Who wants to play some music?
Oh, I guess I could do that, right?
Did you hear that guy, Dark Gift?
What's that?
Did you hear that guy that got, because they're releasing all the prisoners now from jail because they're worried about them getting sick with COVID. And one of the guys that was a rapist awaiting a sentence in jail got released in the US and murdered the chick that was accusing him of raping her.
Oh yeah, shot her in the head and then shot himself. Yeah.
What the fuck's going on there, man?
Dude, they're about to release 20,000 prisoners here in New Jersey, where I'm at. So,
how can they flood the streets with criminals?
Dude, I don't know. I don't
You
know.
How much of this stuff was in movies? Like in the last Batman movie where Bane, that same thing happened. They released all the prisoners. And even in Joker with the riots, everyone wore the same kind of mask. So it was all, people were hidden. And now there are real riots with everyone wearing masks. It's like the stuff is planted in the movies and we see it in real life later.
So weird. Yeah, I'm applying to get my handgun license. Yeah, I am, Harry. I already looked online. I'm gonna fill out the application this week. It's gonna be crazy over here. Everything's just moving out of the cities and into the suburbs. It's insane.
All right.
I fight this battle alone. No one to cry to, no place to go home. Gift of selfish rage. Privacy is rage. And yet I find repeating in my head. If I can't be my own, I feel better dead.
Cool.
Great work there, Anthony.
Grazie.
I think Oz is doing some snack time.
I saw that.
Hey, Robert, do you know the Twin Peaks theme?
I don't. Actually, I've never watched that show. Is it any good?
It's great. It was inspired the X-Files, Northern Exposure, all kinds of stuff was influenced by Twin Peaks.
I've been meaning to check it out. Is it like supernatural kind of genre?
It's surreal, like very artful. So it gets weird, a lot of dream consciousness kind of stuff. You could say supernatural, but it's more kind of like done in an artsy kind of way. So
just but not kind of standard sci-fi fare, but also kind of.
Nothing is standard about it. It's very unique, its own language and what it does, and it's a lot of stuff was influenced by this, so it may seem familiar when you watch it, but because that show came out and did it, and everything like Lost, and that was influenced. The X-Files, The Sopranos, was even influenced by this.
Interesting. Well, I know that it's one show that I've been meaning to pick up with my wife to do some binge watching with, so we'll check it out.
Yeah, it was 2 seasons in the early 90s, and then like just recently they made a 3rd season, something like 25 years later. The 3rd season's all written and directed by David Lynch himself.
Weepy emo drivel. A lot of people know Alice in Chains Slick Rick. Just because you don't mean everybody else is musically clueless.
What's up, guys? Seen any interesting movies?
We just got through Dark on Netflix. Really cool sci-fi, I would call it high science fiction. And it's actually dubbed from German, but after a couple episodes, you really don't notice. But it is pretty intense, and I highly recommend it.
Did you say it's German?
Yeah, but they dub it into English. It's actually like one of the #1 shows in the world right now.
I've heard of it, yeah, but I've never seen it.
I don't want to spoil it. I could tell you what kind of the genre is, but then that's like a spoiler, actually. But you find out within a few episodes what's kind of going on. But it very, very, very unique. And definitely worth binge watching.
Yeah, want to check it out?
I've been watching a bunch of old 80s horror movies. That's like my favorite genre.
I love Return of the Living Dead. That's a great one.
Just watched that last night, right before I fell asleep.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then tonight I'm going to do a little marathon of Maniac Cops 1, 2, and 3.
There's a cool German show on Netflix called Babylon Berlin. It's like a film noir in Germany when it was Weimar Republic. So that transitional period, and so you see these communist provocateurs and Nazism is just rising up. It's just this cool film noir in that time when it was all decadent and degenerate.
Did you say it's the interwar period, so between World War I and World War II?
That's right, when it was the Weimar Republic. It's a great idea to set a film noir in that setting.
A lot of things were changing at that time. It was a very unfortunate turn of events.
Why? What happened? I'm just kidding. Is Berserk still here?
Did he pass out?
It's not.
Maybe he's getting a beer.
Play something upbeat like Girls, Girls, Girls. Something upbeat like Girls, Girls, Girls. I don't know if I remember Girls, Girls, Girls.
You know any Beach Boys?
No, I don't know any Beach Boys. I should learn some Beach Boys, but I don't.
I've been looking for a trace
nice.
Oh, you know, when people ask for something upbeat, you got to give it to them, right?
Deliver.
Love me some GNR.
And that was the first song that came to my head, so that's what they got. Dark Gift should make a band. I had a band, then my bass player passed away, so we've been on hiatus the last couple of years till we decide to finally find a new one. So we will eventually, you know.
Hey, Dark Gift, do you ever go on Artie Bear's stream when he talks about all his music history? He used to play in a bunch of rock bands on Sunset Strip in the early 80s.
I caught a couple of those. That was cool. I didn't know he was a musician, so that was kind of cool to find out. Yeah.
What does Dark play?
He has a lot of stories. I think we played drums. I think he plays other instruments too, but he's got a bunch of crazy stories. He was there with the height of Sunset Strip Hollywood. And, well, there's those hair bands.
Yeah, that's cool. I got to talk to him more about. I was on the stream with on Dan Fraga's channel with him, and we were talking like old, it was like old '80s rock and metal and stuff. So he knows his shit.
Yeah, definitely. We're looking at that Wonder Woman comic earlier. Did you guys ever hear that movie, Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman, about the creator?
No.
He was a World War I pilot. He also invented the lie detector. And he was a college professor, and his wife, they developed a lie detector, but they also started a relationship with a student. And it became the three of them were involved romantically, all of them with each other. And they even lived together and had children with both women. And he just lived like that, like in the 30s. He was living that lifestyle.
Yeah. I know his story, but they did like a documentary on it.
It's an independent film with actors that are playing them. It's a very good film.
Oh, really?
It's very well done, well written. The actors are all good. And it's even some really hot, like, erotic scenes in that movie.
What's it called again?
Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman.
I'll have to check it out.
So you see, like, how those two women influence the character, you know, like different aspects of their personalities.
Is Oz still snacking?
Oz gives no shits, dude.
I know. I love it. Berserk Cuts is extra quiet today, too.
He probably passed out, I'm sure.
Oh, he finally muted himself. Shit, now I can't. What are we talking about down here? Jabba says, play something we can all off ourselves to.
Like
you want
art.
you want something like real depressing? I could do something real depressing. All right.
Ain't never coming home. Hey, I just wander my own road. Hey, I can meet you here tomorrow. Oh no, say goodbye, don't follow. Hey, you can shake me right now. Get so lost I don't know how. It hurts to care, I'm going now. Forget my woman, lost my friend, things I've done and where I've been. Sleeping, sweat, the mirror's gone. See your face, it's grown on. Scared to death, no reason why. Do whatever to get me by. I think about things I've said. Read on the page, it's coming there to take me home. Yeah, take me home. Take me home, yeah. Say goodbye, don't follow.
Sounds good.
Thanks. I was digging the redhead dancing on the screen there.
Yeah. Nice choice of background. I was doing some work.
And people say he doesn't do shit.
Did you like that? Did you like that, everyone?
I did.
Yeah, good call, Oz.
You can show a woman dancing around as long as she's got a little top on. But you can't show a woman fully naked just standing there.
What prudes?
I saw someone ask me if I was playing an ovation. I don't know who it was, but no, it's actually a dean. But it's a really nice dean.
Amit Raina, shame on you.
She looks ugly.
Shame on you. It's a terrible thing to say.
She was hot. What is he talking about?
She was beautiful. That guy also sticks up for George Soros, so that tells you something about his inner workings, you know.
Yeah. Tell you, me and you're going to have a talk one day.
Lataki Danarata, if that is your real name, says, where's Razios? I don't know. Probably in a gutter somewhere. He may have lost his power today.
I was about to make that same joke.
What, that he's in the gutter?
Yeah. Or maybe it's not a joke.
It's funny because it's true.
That's where they found Edgar Allan Poe's corpse, in the gutter.
Tree Goblin says something emoji equals poo emoji. What's that first
robot?
one? Robot.
Robot equals shit? What
Gold
robot?
Gauntlet Comics is determined to tell us that Kathleen Kennedy has been fired. I don't know. I mean, that is kind of something they do on a Sunday afternoon, if they're going to do it. But I very much doubt it.
When
I mean, Disney is such, damage control at the moment. They're losing heaps of money.
Yeah.
Bob Iger needs to be fired. He's makes all the big calls.
I hear he's on his
Well,
way
Bob
out,
Iger's
too.
the only one that is keeping them afloat because he shifted them to the streaming service. Like, I think it was like 2 years before they wanted to do it, and he said, "No, we've got to do it now." If they didn't have Disney Plus, I don't know what would be going on.
Oh, they'd be hemorrhaging.
Yeah, but Bob Iger's the one who spent all their money for years and years and years just buying up everything. So just depleted all their funds, bought up Fox. And
Well, they better sell those subscriptions then for the streaming service.
And they're releasing what movie they were releasing on Disney Plus?
Mulan.
Mulan, right? And it's gonna be like a one-time charge or something like that for it.
Yeah, $30.
The movie theater owners are pissed.
Yeah, but I mean, $30. That's kind of overpricing it, man. Like 15. If you're already paying for the service, you want to pay $30. I can
But
see
they
them
probably can't fill them up. They probably can't fill up the theaters, so they're going to have to charge twice as much for all the social distancing or whatever they're going to have to undertake in order to comply with whatever city ordinance there's going to be where these.
No, they're releasing it on Disney Plus for $30, a one-time payment on.
Oh,
you know.
I thought you meant. I saw that there would be some select screenings as well. Sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, $30. That's crazy.
Well, how much did it cost to make the movie? It probably cost like a.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got people paying $8 a month already for the service. You know, so if you're gonna charge them like 15, you know, and then you get to keep it. Otherwise, for $30, you might as well just wait an extra 2 months till they make it free on the streaming service.
Or lower the price. Yeah, Amazon does the same thing. I think when something new comes out that's not in their Prime service and you just want to watch it, they'll start out by charging $30, and then it'll go down. You eventually go down to like 20, but you got to wait like a year.
I don't know what they're going to do with Black Widow and New Mutants. I can't see them putting that in the theaters, either of them, but they got to do something, don't they?
Well, even before all this, New Mutants kept on getting shelved. I think they don't have a lot of faith in that movie.
That I can see going on Disney Plus or Hulu, one or the other.
Maybe it'll lead to a kind of a small budget, kind of low budget indie renaissance right now because they can't afford to make these big blockbuster movies if they can't put people in those theaters. I think that there's not going to be a profit model there until they reopen those theaters.
And Disney Plus did just make like a X-Men section. Like they have their Disney, their Star Wars, and their Marvel. And then when you go to Marvel, they have like an X-Men section. So they could put it on Disney.
I feel
Plus,
sorry
I
for
guess.
everyone because they're going to continue the original X-Men series, the 90s cartoon. They're going to bring it back. I can only imagine what all the characters are going to look like and act.
Well, I heard first what they're going to probably do is remaster the old one first, and then bring that and put that back on remastered for like HD because it's not. I think they have it on there, but it's not in HD. It's in standard definition, so you get the borders around the frame and everything.
So would it be like a direct sequel that they're doing?
That's what they say they'll probably wind up doing later.
Because that could be pretty cool.
It's kind of unnecessary when they take old like black and white movies and put them out in HD. It's like, how clear is this stuff supposed to be, you know? Or even special effects heavy movies. When they're in HD, then you can start seeing the flaws. It doesn't need to be that clear, you know?
Yeah, well, the good thing with animation is it usually actually winds up being a little bit better for especially like the old animation, at least for the colors and at least for the audio too.
So Rocket Simp now says that he's already got his Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales.
I know. I'm still waiting on mine.
I think
Yeah, I'm
mine
waiting on
just
mine.
showed up.
Yeah, Chris Stanley says the X-Men arcade game was always one of my faves.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
playing
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love that game.
playing
Side
Wolverine
scroller.
was cool. Yeah.
Me and my brothers wandered into a Pizza Hut, and some dudes were like on the second to last level, and then they ran out of quarters, so we took over for it, and we actually got to see the end of the game. It was pretty cool.
Sneaky.
Yeah,
we were
they
saving
made
money.
Cyclops cool to play, which is pretty hard to do.
A whole generation that has no idea what that is, like the local arcade and a bunch of kids hanging around pumping quarters into
Everyone knows
machines.
because they watch Stranger Things on Netflix.
Oh, they watch Terminator 2, right?
Yeah. The book is thick. Yeah, I think he used like really thick cardstock on the paper.
You want to get the fluting thing?
Yeah. He's like, I'm just gonna go overboard now, and he's like, you give me your thickest paper, and then if you think it's too thick, it's not too thick. So they give him this paper, and it's just like cardboard. And it's like those kids' books, with the really stiff pages.
It's like the drawings are etched on slabs of wood, It's
Yeah, it's like, check out the fluting on this one, suckers. Remember 1391. What does that even mean?
I have no
Something happened that year.
What happened that year? In the Dark Ages?
Elaborate, Wilberforce.
Explain yourself. Yeah, there's never going to be arcades coming back anyway.
Or just the home video game system has made that obsolete.
Google 1391. No, tell me what it is.
You Google it.
I'm not Googling it. That's like an extra button and like typing.
All right, I'll do it. Hold on.
I got it.
You got it.
So, year 1391 was a common year starting on Sunday of the Julian calendar. And then then it tells you what happened that year. Let's see here. Seville, Spain has some anti-Semitic program going on. They're murdering Jews. Anti-Jewish riots in Toledo, Spain. So this is about 100 years before, I think, the the
Spanish Inquisition.
well, before the kind of the Islamic kingdom gets overthrown, that had taken over Spain for a few hundred years. I don't know what about this year? What's so important?
Well, he said it
Oh
might.
man, it's hailing here.
He said it doesn't have to be a year, so I looked up just 1391, and it's
For
also
crying out loud!
it's also a U.S. code for judiciary and judicial procedure venue. I don't know what that means.
Not even the lawyers in the Justice Department care about that.
Yeah, it just basically tells you like where like a civil trial will be held.
Yeah, they just get notified, probably like on their Outlook or something. Oh, appear here at this time.
Let's see what else.
1391 is not important, Wilberforce. Unless you're going to tell us what's important about it, you can't just say Google it. We Googled it. How many times we got to Google it? We went to 2 different pages now. This is ridiculous.
Well, it's something about FEMA too. Let's see, 1391 FEMA.
Oh, for God. FEMA.
Oh, we're headed for FEMA camps. That's what he said.
Oh, Jesus.
New York Terrorist Act, DR 1391, New York. Incident period.
Look at Wilberforce Rooster's comment. Forget this dark gift.
What did it say? Hold on, let me go back. Never forget 1391.
Well, no, it says Froget. Is it something from the comic book?
Forgettable year.
I don't know.
I think he's messing with us.
I think he is too.
Mumbles has information.
Yahoo it. Bing it.
Yahoo!
Where's Alta Vista? What other ones were there? There was Alta Vista, Netscape.
Prodigy.
Yeah, Prodigy. Prodigy.net, yeah.
Ask Jeeves.
AOL.
Yeah, they all failed basically, and I think Yahoo now uses and what is it? The thing that Windows has. What is that? Bing. I think they all use like the Google technology.
Yeah, Yahoo swallowed up Prodigy, so Prodigy's part of Yahoo now.
Hey, remember that Prodigy song, Smack My Bitch Up?
Smack my bitch up.
You had to see the music video to get that it wasn't misogynist because it was a woman smacking her own bitch up. See? It's all
Secret
good.
Whisper Network.
Yeah, Oz has a secret whisper network of mods, right? Is that the rumor?
I'm trying to.
He's
trying to
courting
work
SHEILA
out.
as a secret mod. He wants her to be one of his secret mods because she's a mod everywhere. That was his game this whole time.
What?
Layer upon layers.
I will reveal more later. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Do you have a channel we could stay tuned to?
Yeah, we can't stay tuned for too long.
You have to stay tuned here.
We'll probably end the show soon, will we? You might as well tell us.
Next stop on the chat, Wilberforce Rooster will tell all.
Prodigy is the HNIC, whatever that means. High note in comics. Oz, did you create the Facebook group? What do you guys think of this?
The what? The one that Bleeding Fool has been reporting on, the Secret Whisper Network on Facebook? Did Oz create it? Come on.
That would be the most...
Oz wants a secret Facebook group where he can show fat naked chicks.
The most crafty, like...
I wish I was that
insane-
Machiavellian.
Right. Like who knew Oz would be the mole? Yeah. For the female whisper network.
Yeah. So I need a place to do my life drawing streams. Did you see my life drawing stream, Robert?
I missed it. What was your subject?
Did you see it, Dark Gift?
No, I did not. When was this?
Did you see it, Spirit Scar?
Yes, I did. It was very curious and off-putting.
Why did you find it off-putting?
Because it was a fat naked chick.
She wasn't that fat. I mean, she was
You're gonna make me
like...
look this
That's
up.
what life drawing classes like, though. You know, they
Yeah,
just send in the
huge.
model. You don't get to request. You say you have like 6 girls show up at the door, and then they send 5 of them away.
I would say that she was chubby and
She wasn't
very
chubby. She
feminine.
was fat.
When I was in art school, I like you at least knew like okay, today we're gonna do like some young muscle bound guy, and today we're gonna do some young fit girl. Today we're gonna do some old out of shape guy. So we knew going in what to expect. So it wasn't like too traumatizing. But yeah, there was no way around it. You just get what you get.
I don't think she was that fat. I mean, she was like clinically, like if we're going to, pigeonhole her, she would be classed as over fat.
But so were the Renaissance women in the paintings.
That's right.
Oz's model was fat. She was a big, hefty woman.
Well,
Where
no, but
is
looked like Venus of Urbina or something.
She was
like,
not
That's
that hefty.
not comparable.
Why do I not see it?
It was deleted by YouTube.
Oh. When did you do it?
Friday.
Really? And I missed it?
Yeah. Yeah, you missed it. I mean, I did give everyone fair warning. You know what I mean? KSSS says, when I was in art school, I didn't know you were in art school, KS. How come you never see any of your art? There's always people willing to stand nude for $25 an hour. That was in 2000.
I used to go model I got $45 an hour.
So there you go. I mean, that's your typical kind
Beautiful
of
thing.
Renaissance painting right there. And she's not like skinny supermodel. You know, she'd probably, you know, looks like maybe she's already had children or something. You know, but not exactly skinny.
Oz's model at 100 pounds.
Oh, rubbish. Be quiet.
Mr. Dom Starcraft came on to his life art model and was asked not to come back. I actually did hook up with the one model.
Of course you did.
Well, I also knew her. She was a bartender in not too far from where I was staying.
What Tolfer? They did away with the life drawing. That's ridiculous. What was their justification?
Probably offensive.
It's not offensive. It's necessary. And
Objectification.
Well, I could have got a man. Like, I mean, these people are complaining a lot, but I could have had a man for them, like a nice muscular man to do superhero poses or something.
Well, you got Odie's contact, right?
I mean, to be fair, that painting was quite the stir back in the day.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it's hanging. I have to look that up.
I'm going to guess it's the Louvre.
Are those people looking for
Let's
outfits in the
see
back?
Oz's vision of her on canvas. All right, Jim, I won't give you a vision of her on canvas, but I will complete the final drawing, the final pose. And then I guess I'll post it. But this doesn't help me. None of this helps me, guys. I need to find a way to stream my life drawing sessions for you all.
Lethal Diva says you could do it on Pornhub.
I'm not going to take all you guys onto Pornhub to watch life drawing classes.
Most people in this chat probably have it saved in their favorites tab already, so I don't think you're making them go out of their way.
It'd be the least popular video on Pornhub ever.
That might be the case.
Amit Reyna says, "Add Ozart. I gave you ideas. Give them to me again. I was pretty wasted last night.
You can do an OnlyFans.
But then don't people have to then pay to see it?
You could do like $1.
Okay, I found it, Oz. It's in the Uffizi in Firenze, Italy, or Florence. Galleria degli Uffizi. That's where the Venus is, apparently.
Simple Jack says, change the title of the streams, use the right keywords. No, it wasn't that, Simple Jack. It was someone in my chat that got offended and reported it. Not to do with the title.
TKSS is already on Pornhub as we speak.
Yeah. Oz Greg Land art. Greg Land, yeah, tracing porn. What do you think about that situation?
I don't know about that situation.
Do you know who Greg Land is?
I do not. Let's find out.
Oh, okay. Go Google. I suppose I should bring up a picture.
Greg Land.
No, you can bring up a picture and share it. Yeah, so he got busted for doing a lot of tracing work. Probably the most famous example was his Sojourn number, I think it was 7 cover, where he ripped off a swimsuit illustrated.
Yeah, that's like one of the first things that comes up.
That YouTube video gets recommended a lot, that example.
And then...
What? He was tracing Sports Illustrated for a comic book cover?
Yeah, share the picture, Darkiv.
How lazy do you have to be? Oh my god.
Oh, where'd it go?
Well, it even got worse. He did a cover and there was a Spider-Man on it, which he just traced from a Travis Charest sketch. And...
that's phoning it in. I mean, if there was phoning it in, that's phoning it in.
Why did I clicked on images and now it's not there.
For goodness sakes, Dark Gift.
Sports Illustrated.
Create a secret Facebook group you can upload vids on it. Yeah. I think that's a great idea, Emmett, but people seem to be very hostile towards the idea of going on Facebook.
I'm hostile towards Facebook.
There you go. See? Like,
Well, there's probably potential audience there, but you wouldn't want to have them have to go over there to get them. You would post stuff there and have them come over here.
what do you mean?
You shouldn't have to change your venue in order to attract people on Facebook. The best thing about Facebook is that you can just post links to things, and then they'll travel to the article or the video or whatever you're posting. So there's really no need to like try to set up shop over there. It's unnecessary. Facebook shares everything.
But Robert, Oz wants to draw fat naked chicks, and he can't do that on YouTube. That's his dilemma.
Well, we can show the Venus of Urbino, so he just don't show the model, just show the drawing.
Oz loves the
Who
fatties.
wants to watch a stream of me sketching without actually being able to see the model? Like, I can't think of anything more boring than that. And the whole idea was that for people to be able to draw along and show their artwork as well.
That does kind of suck that they won't let you do that.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like it's such a great idea, and it's like it's such a community thing, and there's just no way I can work out how to do it.
There has to be well, I mean, they have the adult setting now, adults only. Maybe put it to
No, it
adult
was on
only.
that. No, it was on that. The problem is no one complained, and so
Yeah, they just don't want. And there's so many kids on YouTube. They just don't want naked people on there.
I had the 18 plus notification at the beginning as well. Simple Jack. So yeah, so what issue with Sojourn is that? I can't quite read it.
22.
Wow, that's heaps later than I thought.
He probably did other ones. That's just the one that popped up.
That's really lazy, I gotta say.
And it's the cover of the magazine, too. Not even one from inside. It's super obvious.
Wow, how blatant is this one though? Hold on a sec.
Have a look at the not Dracula, but the Boris. What's his name?
Boris Vallejo,
Yeah.
Julie Bell.
Fat Flash says, "Does it have to be a naked lady? Can it be a naked man?" I had two men wanted to be a model for me, but I thought you guys might crack the shits if I did that.
All right, hold on a sec.
They were just hitting on you, Oz.
You think they're just hitting on me? No, I don't think so. They do it all the time.
Hey,
So this
Topher.
one's
Hey
blatant.
guys.
What's up,
Hey.
Topher?
It looks like there's a Masters Academy on YouTube that does timed nude life modeling or life drawing sessions.
Yeah, there's plenty of it on YouTube. There's plenty of nudity on YouTube.
Oh, what's the problem?
The problem is that someone complained about it in my chat.
Oh.
And so they removed it.
Oh, maybe you need a mod.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's officially you're not allowed to do it, but they do make exemptions for art. But they won't do exemptions for art if someone complains. They'll just remove it.
Maybe you need
That's
to
the
contact
that's the
YouTube.
explanation. No, that is the explanation from YouTube. That's why I didn't get struck. Like, yeah, understand. My channel didn't get struck like Fraggers. They just took it down and asked me not to do it again. So
Well, I know there's customer service there because I'm having to deal with kind of a YouTube API compliance review for the website I was creating, and there's a lot of back and forth, and they want to get into the nitty gritty on what's going on there. So I don't know if there's a separate part of YouTube that you should be talking to, maybe.
Do you want to make this available to like all of YouTube or just people that are kind of interested in hanging out and drawing?
well, it doesn't really matter. It's like it's really just for us guys. You know what I mean? It's just for everyone in the chat, and because this is super chat money. So I'm using Superjet money to pay for the model and stuff, and it's just something that I wanted to do with everyone and like get a bit of community engagement, seeing what what everyone's doing, and
Maybe
people can ask for specific poses and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Maybe just don't do it nude. Maybe just put her in a bathing suit.
Yeah.
Better than nothing.
Maybe I should try and get some cosplayers.
That'd be funner.
Funner?
I don't think you could afford them.
Oh, you think cosplayers are expensive? No, they're not expensive.
Well, the good ones, I mean, with the super high detail costumes.
Oh, no, I mean, you want as little amount of costume as possible with a cosplayer, don't you?
Depends on the character, I guess.
Can't you have just not Witten? Just not Witten, says Linkovich Jamovsky. Nude bodysuit. Etsy sells them.
She'd probably.
Or what if the girl has
do
body
it for
paint
free.
over her breast?
Body
sometimes-
paint's okay, but I mean, I don't know.
Sounds like the real problem is just keeping everybody that's involved on board.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, just, everybody that's hanging out in the chat.
That
is
no one
cool
rats
with
you
it.
out. Oz has many enemies.
But you can't police what people want to do, I mean, that's why, like, it could be a closed group, but then I'm which is cool, but then I'm back at the same situation of like where to host it, because no one wants to go anywhere. It's like no one wants to go anywhere or do anything. So it's like, what do we do?
What if once you're allowed membership, if you made it a members exclusive stream?
You could do.
Yeah, but I need 30,000 subs for that.
I'll get to work.
You could still do a private stream or a unlisted stream.
No, as soon as I load it to YouTube, they'll give me a strike. I can't store it on YouTube. Check out this one from Greg Lamb. This is a great one. So he was drawing a picture of Iron Man having a bit of a heart episode, and he was so slack that all he did was get a what do you call it? A stock image of a guy with the chest pains, and then he traced it, and he even included like the jumper folds in the suit.
It's shameless.
That's terrible. Look, even the expressions on his face and everything.
And if I didn't know he traced over that, I would just look at that drawing and I'm like, what kind of crap is this?
Yeah, it's like, what's going on here?
That doesn't look exciting or dynamic.
Yeah, wow.
I think they just superimposed the picture over each other, didn't they?
Well, that's what they were saying. They were just showing how he traced it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So
Google
Has anyone
Google
read-
image search makes it dangerous for artists to do that anymore.
There are probably a lot of artists in history who did that and got away with it.
Yeah, I mean, the swipe files were always dangerous, Wizard had them, and Bleeding Cool had the swipe file. So you never wanted to get busted doing the swipe file. Why is Oz trying to make us look at fat? Look, they don't have to be fat, all right? I just happen to like that model. There are lots of different models around, but that the weight of the model is not the issue. All right?
Well, it's learning how to draw, isn't that the point?
Simple Jack says, how much would 30,000 cost? I was asking for testify. I don't know. I think some people might yell at me if I suddenly get 30,000 subs though. We could
We could do it on Risey's
crowdfund
channel.
it. I was thinking we could crowdfund it.
Does somebody want to tackle Amit's question? Why is tracing a bad thing?
It's lazy.
It's
I'll tackle that.
theft.
It's theft.
And well, also, I mean, you should be able to render as a penciler or inker the human form in comic books. You shouldn't need to trace. I mean, that to me, I mean, I guess it's a technique. You could do that, but you're not really. I don't know. I mean, my art teachers would think it was not a good idea because you're not learning anything. You're not making mistakes. You're trying to deliberately not make mistakes, and there you're gonna lose stylistic renderings. And so I think you're missing out if you're tracing.
How about Alex Ross makes entire books using photo reference? You see Marvels and Kingdom Come. You had people in costumes there.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Alex Ross does photograph all his own models, and he light boxes and then paints.
Yeah, that's how the
copies
Renaissance
straight from-
painters did it. They used a camera
right, yeah.
obscura, and they would point.
Yeah.
They would render basically a light box version of the person onto the canvas so that they could get it accurate, particularly to the facial features. It just occurs to me that in a like a comic book setting, it's just a totally different style. So it's not supposed to be photorealistic in the first place. So there's that.
Yeah, but even still, like Alex Ross, those were his photos.
Yeah, that is the difference.
Yeah, he posed the models.
The other thing is that, I mean, he wasn't just Googling images and then tracing them.
Right.
But there's nothing really that wrong with tracing, like, on its own. I mean, Dave McCain used to do it. A lot of different artists used to do it. But the problem is Alex Malev is probably the worst one for tracing in all of history. Because he ended up just putting his photos through a filter and handing that into the colorist for his Daredevil run. But you lose a lot of dynamism.
Well, the whole point is the artistic interpretation.
Who's the guy that does? Is it Brian Hitch? He light boxes all of his work as well. He doesn't do any drawing. There's a few people that just light box everything. So yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, I guess it's a job in itself finding that many photo references.
I just think the artist in me kind of objects from the traditionalist standpoint of, we're supposed to learn how to draw it ourselves. That's the fun part. That's where styles come in. And again, it's not supposed to be photorealistic. And I think people I don't know that I enjoy it as much if it's photorealistic like that. It's like, oh, that looks like it was traced or something. Especially in a comic book, you want to see style, cross-hatching, or however the artist is interpreting what's in front of them or in their imagination.
I think part of it might be too is, if they're tracing in, they end up with a better product or a better image in the end. That makes it maybe, more okay. Whereas if it, like in the case of that Iron Man, I don't think tracing probably made it better necessarily, or more dramatic or dynamic.
Well, I think you also see a lot of artists nowadays using like Google Images for architecture, so that they have to draw a cityscape, but they don't want to have to use the perspective grid, so they just take a picture of a city and then just trace over that, so that I'm done.
Or I was thinking, sorry,
it's a shortcut. So
I was thinking of Todd McFarlane. He would like photocopy New York cityscapes, behind Spider-Man. And it looked really cool, and nobody complained about it because everybody loved it. But, if it would have sucked,
Well, it has to
wouldn't
do with
work.
the idea and the vision and the execution. So if you envision something artistically, I suppose. One of the best painted graphic novels, in my opinion, is Dave McKean's Arkham Asylum. And what I love about that is his individual expression, the abstract nature of that, So that's the fun thing you can do in comics.
Well, so does it become more acceptable if you take something traced like that and then you render it and make it more original, like you add some new dimension to it or you change it in some general capacity, and then it's more of a guidepost rather than the final product?
I feel like we're getting into kind of philosophical conversations about the nature of art. I guess different people have different ideas. Andy Warhol, people complain about him too.
They sure did.
Roy Lichtenstein, he just took Jack Kirby panels and then suddenly they were Lichtensteins.
So this is what Alex Malev ended up doing towards the ends of his runs, where he's basically just took photos of a model and ran them through a filter in Photoshop and gave it to the colorist to color, and that's a comic book.
Yeah, it looks like one of those weird insurance commercials or something that you see on TV sometimes.
Well, you kind of end up with this sort of uncanny valley effect too. Sometimes I think is the problem with tracing.
It's also kind of like, why bother? It's like, just use the photo, like montage it. There's no real need to trace over it. Just fucking cut it out. One of the benefits of life drawing, though, is that a 2D screen basically flattens out reality and distorts it a little bit. And so when, say for instance, you trace a photo of a figure, when you take it off the photo and you transfer it onto your drawing pad and then you say into the outline, all of a sudden it doesn't look right. The proportions don't look right. They look a bit jacked. And it's because when it's in photo form, your mind can, looks at all the colors and everything and sort of makes it into a little bit of a 3D image. But when it's then put onto your black and white flat canvas, you don't have any of that color information. All of a sudden you can see the distortion that's happened. And so probably one of the things about tracing is that you're always going to have that distortion. Whereas if you're just referencing a photo rather than tracing over it, you can actually change the proportions to look better as an illustration.
Right. So you get the stylistic rendering, and I think that's what people reading the books want to see. They want to see the artist's interpretation of whatever the medium is.
Yeah, that's the thing about art. You want to see the individual artist expression, those choices. Alex Ross will make different choices from Dave McKean, and different people like them for different reasons, one more than the other.
Yeah, I should probably bring up some Dave McKean art so people know what we're talking about. Because he's big on the indie scene, and I know we're all into indies, but...
he did Arkham Asylum. It's one of the best-selling Batman books.
Amit Reyna wants to say, if you're best at plagiarism, is that not an art in itself? There's been a lot of forgers of artwork, I guess, in history that would pass things off. There's a whole history there in the Middle Ages and then in later Renaissance, but also I think in modern eras when people want to go back and say, oh, this is an authentic so-and-so painting. Mm-hmm. And then there's questions. The historians have to go back and decipher that. I guess there's an art form to that. Fraud. Yeah, there's an art to fraud. Fraud can be an art.
It's somebody else's art, though. It's just like if you took a picture and photocopied it. You know what I mean?
There's a whole documentary with Orson Welles called F is for Fake about a famous art forger, and it's making that argument about the forgery being an art form unto itself. So it's an interesting film.
Yeah. I mean, you can get some...
counterfeiting money.
Have you ever watched the... hang on, I'll show you something.
I'm sure the counterfeiters would say that's an art form too.
So I'm just trying to bring up a Dave McKean image that people will actually like.
Sometimes you go to art galleries and you see some disgruntled kind of art reject, and they see something on the wall and they just say, "I could do that. I could do that." It's like, well, you could, but you didn't. You didn't have the vision. You didn't have the idea, and you didn't execute it. Just looking at something and say, "I could reproduce that." Well, so what? You know.
I kind of like the idea of forgers out there taking advantage of the art market.
Rosetta Allen's in the house. Hey, Rosetta, how's it going?
Are they keeping us honest, Tolfer?
Well, that's what I'd like to think. And plus the capital A art market gets so overblown. The prices.
That looks
and
amazing.
Everything. Wow. Is that from Arkham Asylum?
I'm not sure. It might just be a cover piece. But
That's a Dave McKean.
Yeah, he doesn't draw though. It's a bunch of superimposed photographs.
Dave McKean draws too. I think some of these are original paintings, though. You think that's a photograph?
Yeah. This is a photograph of a model, and it's like a plastic model, and then you can see he's added in the eyes, he's added in the hair and the mouth. It's pretty trippy.
Those are all personal artistic choices being made. I think that's what people want to see from an individual artist.
So he also does most of his. People probably know him more from his Sandman stuff, like the Sandman covers, like the montage covers.
Was that from the original run?
Yeah, the original Sandman run. He did all the covers. He utilizes photography and kind of Photoshop, and there's a lot of interesting images and painting and his own drawings, and puts it all together into his
Does
unique
that go
vision.
back as far as Nocturnes and Preludes?
From the first issue all the way to the end?
Yeah. So does this kind of stuff where it's like, it's photo montage, but he's like painted over it. He's cut it all up and stuck it all back together. Yeah, there's a real art to it.
So that is an artistic vision.
Yeah, even though, and I'd say that this is much more valid, if we're going to use that word, than tracing the photo itself. It's like, well, if I'm going to trace it, I might as well just use it, It's like, and transform it.
Yeah, and then he basically paints on top of it, right?
Yeah, it just feels more honest. I don't know why, but it just feels more honest. It's like,
because it's not the computer doing it. It's not Photoshop. It's you have a grid or whatever, and then you're going to paint on top of it, and you're going to do all the coloring. You're going to probably change a few things as well. Then it becomes something unique. I think it's the uniqueness. It could be what people are objecting to, and kind of irked me when I looked at the just a simple tracing. It's like that.
Well, it's really expressive too. I mean, it looks like the.
Sure, it's not photorealistic. It's expressive.
Well, it evokes a mood.
I'll show one more of Dave McKean's. A cool one that I just saw. I think it's this one.
Wow.
That's definitely a unique artistic vision.
See, these are all photos. He's just layered them on top of each other.
He's utilizing different mediums though, but it's his idea, it's his vision that he's putting on the page.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Well, there's a real art to getting that to work.
Yeah, that would be a great gallery piece.
Already has a big antique collection too, because he's always putting in all kinds of weird objects in his work. That he actually owns a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, he's cool. He is cool. Oh no. My thing's frozen. I can't see anyone's quotes, anyone's chats. Art is not meant to be subjective. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with tracing, Amit. It's all good. Continue to trace. It's fine.
Oh, is the Soros guy defending tracing now?
Yeah, you know, he likes Soros and he likes Tracy. He's a complicated man.
He's a corrupt man. Remember the Marvel Epic comics back in the 80s, and Marvel's doing that experimental stuff before Vertigo, like Kent Williams doing Havoc and Wolverine, and
Psychovich.
yeah, New Mutants.
Have you ever seen any of Kent Williams' paintings?
Yeah, the whole Havoc and Wolverine miniseries is painted. Right?
Oh, but like his, I don't know, you know,
Like his fine art.
paintings.
Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff.
Okay.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, Orga 777. Who are you to classify art?
Is he talking to you?
Stop trying to censor us, Orga.
Gigantic Android has a good point. You can't cover the Beatles and think you added anything. I think you can add something to a cover. I think Anthony probably, when he does covers, it's you know, you really can add something. It can be quite different. Some of my favorite covers, I guess, I don't know, when Nirvana did The Man Who Sold the World, I think that really added something. I played the Johnny Cash Hurt here. And I think
Sinead
that
O'Connor, that was a cover too, right? Her song.
Yeah.
Nothing compares.
Yeah, and so
Simple
I think
Jack, if you can find me a way, I'm trying to share my work with you, Simple Jack, but I'm being prevented by the Puritans.
Is all your work of fat naked chicks?
Well, no, just the most recent one. Kim the Crimson says Robert subtracts from his covers.
that's fair. I'm only
That's
one.
shocking. That's shocking and rude, and I won't accept it. Take it back.
Well, I'm only one instrument, so
he's
the
one
advantage
man.
of playing with a band is, you know, the guitarist is going to play one part, the keyboard's going to play another part. You have the drummer in there. So yeah, I mean, when you play a single instrument, there's going to be less there. That's just the way it goes. But you try to come up with an interpretation and a way you can play it that is hopefully entertaining. And I do appreciate the chat. Hope you're enjoying yourselves today. Thanks for joining us.
Rosetta Allen says, "Hail big tits and comics down with Puritan designs." Rosetta, would you model for me? If I asked nicely.
Maybe ask her husband.
I don't want him to model for me.
Ask his permission.
Oh, no, she'd let me. I mean, he'd let her. She'd let me. He'd let her, I'm sure. She's her own woman. She can decide for herself. So what cover do you want to play for us, Robert, then?
Actually, I had an original instrumental.
Oh, okay.
It's called Into the Void. And that was Into the Void. It's actually an improv that I recorded all in one go, and then I had to go back and transcribe the music because I could never replicate it. So I managed to put it all on sheet music. It was quite an undertaking.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Very cool.
Nice.
Well, I appreciate the. I hope the audience enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was fabulous, Robert.
Yeah, I imagine it kind of like it was actually for a soundtrack I was working on for a movie that never got made. The guy's supposed to be lost in space, and he's just like trapped on the ship and trying to make everything work and try to get out some transmission to see if there's anyone left or something like that. So it's just like the message is going out into the void, something like that.
Groovy, man. Groovy. Guy from Red Bank is very happy.
Awesome, awesome. Wow. Got a new fan. Thank you, Guy from Red Bank. Thank you.
Wasn't that figure in that avatar from old Sprite commercials?
What?
That avatar,
might
that
be.
image. It was an old soda commercials. I think it was Sprite. It was like a cartoon character.
No.
Or what is that?
It's a carrot head.
It's not a carrot head. It's not a carrot head. It's Fido Dido.
It's obviously in the shape of a carrot.
It's Fido Dido. Look, guy from Red Bank agrees with me. Do you guys not know who Fido Dido is?
No.
Never heard of
I
it.
don't know what that is.
Guy from Red Bank is obviously an Australian. It's for some unknown and inexplicit reason, that little picture of that guy's head was called Fido Dido, and he was on T-shirts like Mambo and that
Okay,
kind of thing.
Lord D. Drum agrees with me. It was in 7-Up commercials.
Yeah, I know him from the commercials.
Oh, really?
Yeah, over here in America, it was in the soda commercials.
Everyone's excited that I may have banned someone.
You banned someone. Oh my god.
It was just a bot. I can bring him back if you want a bot in the chat. Do you guys want a bot in the chat?
You didn't see the Solo movie? You don't care about droid rights?
I mean, no, I didn't,
No.
and I don't.
I didn't see it either. I just saw Ethan's review of it.
I'm not Australian. I just watch those bumpers on YouTube. What? What are bumpers? Oh, you're just down the road from Ethan. Why don't you guys hang out?
Actually, he's actually not too far from me.
Why don't you guys hang out?
Have a beer.
We should. I mean, we're literally like 10 minutes away from each other.
Rosetta is loving us and leaving us. She's come and she's gone. She came, she mentioned big boobs, and then she left.
Well,
Her husband probably told her she had to leave the stream.
Can you just mute it?
So is that the same thing, Oz?
I don't know. Yeah,
That's what I was
guess
talking about.
It's kind of Fido Dido with sunglasses on.
Or maybe they just ripped it off.
well, they're all labeled as Fido Dido, even though the newer
okay.
ones from like 2006 and stuff.
Did Sheila Allen came? David, I know English is your third. I know English is your third language, but that's not appropriate. We had a very nice, decent, above-board conversation. Those were very good.
She appeared on the show.
Sheila's probably the funniest woman in the world. Probably the only funny woman currently living in the world. Oh, you got a fan. You got a fan, Sheila. I have to say she didn't tell me any jokes while she was here. Ban
I like Sheila
everyone.
because she's attractive.
At least you're honest about it.
She doesn't make me laugh. Just think she's cute.
She's got a
She's-
dry sense of humor. I've chatted with her before.
She is very cute. I'll give her that. All right, well, the bot's back in the chat, so he can hang around since you all were desperate for the bot to be here.
I've never seen such unity in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, the chat wants the bots.
They're keeping
Where are
you
the
in
sex
check,
bots?
Oz.
Where's the sex bots?
Yeah, right. Why do you get the high bot?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I know why I get the high bot. But yeah, that's all right. I mean, we can all play this game. I could just end this. I could just end the stream. Actually, I got better than that. I got something better than that. I got something better than that for my faithful viewers.
I was pulling out all the stops. He's got to compete with the bot.
If you're in here, bot, this is what you'd get.
That's funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
That was really irritating people yesterday.
Yeah, I was irritating the right people.
The guy was going on a monologue and then he'd play that.
Poor guy, I didn't even put his link in the chat.
Oh, that guy Dick.
Bye, Dick. Yeah, fuck that guy.
So you were alluding to the fact that that he may have been on YouTube once before.
Yeah, I what do you think? I think it may be very very unrealistic to think that you would be at the age that he was and involved as he was, and this would be your very first YouTube video.
He got super defensive when asked, like, how do you even know about Comicsgate? And he's like, why are you asking me that? Like, who are my informants? Like, no, just how'd you find out about it?
I know, and I had to break it down for him, and then I don't know. He still found it not worth his time.
Well, that tells me that someone told him about Comicsgate and like, oh, look at all these weirdos over here.
Right.
I missed a couple hours yesterday. What?
How
Is this a
dare you?
guest?
How
Yeah.
dare you miss a couple of hours?
Well, I know. I didn't even really feel good about coming back today because I was like, man, what am I going to do? I'm not a real fan.
How dare you have a life, Topher?
I'm working on that.
All right, I've got something just for the chat here. Let me just share this screen. Because they're being so generous to me tonight, I'll reward them with some music. Whoa. Something weird just happened to my computer. Close. Alright. Alright, you dogs. You asked for this. You asked for this for your bad behavior.
Wait, what happened?
The chat's about to get punished.
What'd they do?
Yeah.
Delightful.
Brie. Thanks, Brie.
Did she say my boobs are your boobs?
I'm pretty sure she did.
Pass.
Her voice isn't bad.
Yeah, but her attitude just makes me hate her.
We have to separate the art from the artist.
If it was a random YouTuber, if she was a random YouTuber, it would be pretty cool. But
well, maybe that's how she really is, and then like the pretentious stuff we're seeing is all from like the media producers and just kind of issue this statement and say that and appear here, and that's just how she is in like real life.
She needs a new publicist then.
Maybe so.
I'll hate Banger.
Well, she was cute in Scott Pilgrim, but even in that movie, she was playing a bitchy character, so I guess it just came naturally to her.
That's why she got like a lot of praise for it.
That's what a good director can do.
I do think a lot of the what you see from these celebrities is often quite contrived, especially these spots on like these late night shows or whatever. It's oftentimes very scripted. So I don't know that we ever get to really see who these people are.
Well, that's the way Hollywood was in the 30s and 40s. Every actor was tightly controlled, even like who they were in a relationship with. They had publicists working nonstop, putting out their image and their persona. Back then, movie stars were like gods, and now all these people are on Twitter all the time. The mystique is gone.
Did you know that Ethan Van Sciver has a weird ass manic incel obsession with Larson? Renfamous says, they are a great organization and they probably have no clue who the fuck Ethan Van Sciver was until Brie Larson mentioned them on TV, and Ethan decided to accuse them of running a scam as part of his weird-ass manic incel obsession with Larson. I swear these people sound so insane when they type.
Did Brie Larson mention Ethan on TV? I don't think that happened.
Nah, it's the
that charity.
Girls. Yeah,
the Dodgies.
Movie.
That's right. I remember.
She really hates Ethan.
Yeah, well, there's probably a lot of reasons why she focuses on Ethan.
Well, I think her husband is not satisfying her at home, so.
I was just saying, I'm sure a psychiatrist would have a lot to read into that.
Plus, she randomly blocks people for no reason.
It's like her identity is fused with Ethan, you know?
But what does it take to do that? I mean, like, you just don't want any negative commentary or any cross opinions or contrary opinions? Like, who wants to live in that bubble?
They do. Dark Gift could satisfy Ren. I don't think it would take much, to be honest with you. I mean, I think if the breeze blows the right way through the window, she'd be good.
If you had a choice, Dark Gift, Brie or Ren,
Brie.
what are you going for?
Brie, I'm sure she pampers herself and keeps herself nice and clean. I'm afraid of what aromas might come out as soon as those pants come off, Ren.
Alright, what are you going to play us out with, Dark Gift?
Who, me? Good question. Alright,
Are we going away, Oz? Is this the end?
It's the end, my friend.
the end.
Unless you want to play the end. You want to
No,
play
no,
the
no,
end?
no, no. We'll let Tony take it away. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it again, Oz. It's always a pleasure joining you and your chat and the audience and your wonderful guests. You all have a great day.
You too,
Thank you
Robert.
so much, and say hello to your beautiful wife for me.
Will do. Will do.
See you, Robert.
So what are we thinking, Robert?
How about a little Chris Isaac? World was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desire make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. No, I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, and I don't wanna fall in love. No, and I don't wanna fall in love with you. What a wicked game you play to make me feel this way. What a wicked things to do to make me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. No, and I don't wanna fall in love. No, and I don't wanna fall in love with you. World was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desires would make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. I don't wanna fall
nobody loves you more.